Okay, so that brings us to session number 92, or Phase 3, Season 1, Episode 3. Just fixing the music so it's down a little bit quieter. Welcome to our game. We are playing a Wrath of the Immortals campaign where the characters are currently dealing with the Great War having started. Online tonight we have Jeremy.
Good evening all. I'm playing Karameikos, the humble peasant-born sage, Keldaran sage, from the land under cruel oppression from the Thyatans, Karameikos, and he's simply out to now, having got away from his peasant roots, he's out to help the world gain the knowledge it needs to get by.
I'm sure that will all come in handy. Next up is Mark, who's currently on mute. Hello, Mark. Okay, we'll come back to Mark because he's currently on mute. We'll go over to Martin.
Yes, I'm playing a wood fae on the path of the Kenzai. It's a monk path. I don't know what energy 2 means, and I'm 11th level. And I think I've got a neutral alignment. Yeah, I think that's the sum of it.
Though you can consider yourself lawful more than neutral depending on how your character follows their beliefs. If your beliefs are more guidelines than rules, then you're probably more chaotic than lawful.
Let's leave it at neutral and just see how it evolves.
All good. And we'll try Mark again. Hello, Mark. Unless he's currently now busy.
You might have his 10 minutes might have jumped ahead of time.
It's okay, we can always come back to him when he catches up. So, last we had your characters. You had been given an award for service after spending 2 months at the front of the battle against the Master and his forces. And after spending a night in celebration, you decided to take on possible quests from Rheddrian after Bradshaw had thought to go off and demand the king meet with him, of the dwarves that is, and was a little bit surprised that his teenage wishes were ignored. Well, that does happen when you're the equivalent of squeaky-voiced teenager asking for permission to see the king.
Demanding.
Well, he was demanding. He also had no references or titles or sponsorship. So even though he was married as a teenager, it does happen for some people.
Mm-hmm.
He just wasn't respectable yet. So after all that, with the help of Perative, you had decided to take on the quest to save hostages that had been hidden away in the forest of Alfheim in a place called Grey Tower. Because not knowing who the hostages belonged to, you're not sure who might be forced to betray Darakan in the war and have the Master steamroll through one of your forces.
Yeah,
It sounds prudent.
So you had headed off to the place called Dragon Tree after meeting up with...
Carrying along the Eastwood Road, American Road, along to the south of home.
Mm-hmm.
because Dragon 3 was right at the place to go home.
You managed to get a map showing that Dragon Tree used to be a Darrican settlement before the elves showed up.
Mm-hmm.
But after the elves had done their ritual, it was turned into a horrid place to live. And all those that had previously lived there were slaughtered. Not exactly sure what they were slaughtered by, but they were slaughtered.
To be fair, I expect that there's a lot of places in Elfheim that used to be Darrican locations, considering it's always in Darrican.
Well, the reason most of it wasn't populated by Darrican is that it used to be marshland.
Yeah.
So this was a settlement right on the edge of the marsh. And when the country of Darrican gave over the marshlands to the elves, they didn't quite expect a forest to spring up literally overnight.
Yeah. There were a few people caught off guard. Or otherwise.
And considering the elves know a little bit about terraforming, it does help them.
Yeah.
So now that you managed to find these details and that a road used to go here, you made your way to the place that used to be known as Flossoros and discovered a chapel there. And while everyone but Dimitri was examining the insides of the chapel,
Yes.
Dimitri found what appeared to be a hole at one of the grave sites.
Yeah.
And figuring out that it was possibly a little too dangerous for him to go down by himself, he looked up.
The hole that, it didn't appear all that deep, but it did get very dark very quickly.
And when he looked up, he saw 50 ghouls running in his direction.
That's right. He just set up and tied a rope off to a nearby gravestone to toss the rope down in there, confirm the rope didn't actually get cut off or anything like that, putting it back up there, and was just contemplating going down or catch up the others. When, yes, looked up and found that he wasn't quite so alone anymore. Yes,
Well, there's no one living in your vicinity, so you're still technically alone.
I didn't say I was the only living person. I'm not really alone.
I can't say that ghouls are great conversationalists either.
Well, that's right. Dimitri doesn't need great conversationalists, just good listeners.
Well, I guess you found the perfect listeners here.
Well, I don't know, we all like good listeners.
Well, that's okay. They just stopped for a bite. That's all.
They might get trying to distract Dimitri while they're talking.
Or you might find yourself lost in conversation as you stop moving.
Yes.
So
So how far away were these ghouls approaching?
they looked to be about between 50 and 100 feet away.
But and they weren't necessarily, like, they're not like they're rising from the gravestones or anything like that in the graveyard this year. They've come from outside the graveyard.
They have come from further down the road.
Yeah. And we also had evidence. Do we have a previous encounter with some undead?
You did. They were more shadows.
That and then when Dimitri was looking through the gravestones, he noted that we had some indication the shadows were in fact the previous residents of the town, and that now they were more at rest.
Well, they're either at rest or they've been consumed by something.
But like, did I get an indication of? I might have been reading some of the gravestones, some of them being. Or they become blank or something, and it happened to be the same number of shadows you come across? Is that right?
Their grave sites had looked like they had instantly crumbled.
I got this. So yes. So how many gravestones are actually still up in this? How many more characters have we got to deal with?
Between 50 and 70, hard to tell at a glance.
Okay, so possibly the entire we've got the rest of the population coming at us, or at us. And the others have all gone to the capital at that point, haven't they?
They're all in the chapel.
Okay.
So easy for you to chase down, I'm sure.
I mean, unless you want to be a hero, it's up to you.
It's Dimitri, after all. Of course he's going to be a hero.
Well, so he doesn't want to be a hero, he just is. Because, unfortunately, heroism has been thrust upon him, and something he has to maintain.
Right.
Okay, so I am going to ask Dimitri, does he have a attribute or a skill he thinks is relevant for initiative in this situation?
He's happy to go with the basics. There's nothing particularly, but his intent will be to head towards the chapel.
Mm-hmm.
And help hold them off so the rest of the party will be safe.
Okay. So give me an initiative roll. And I'll say the same for Martin. Do you have a attribute or a skill you think is appropriate for initiative for you?
I've got 20 dexterity and I've got the alert feat, so that's fine for me.
That'll be a bonus to your initiative roll. But it's a case of if there's a particular skill you're going to roll with it type stuff.
So the way level up works is you can use any attribute and any skill as long as you can give a good justification as to how that's helping you. So from this perspective, you could, as an example, you may notice something through perception. You may notice something through insight, as in what you had handled last session, and the fact that Dimitri has not made it back into the place. Or you might simply say, my character's just going to react to whatever noises are and go straight off dexterity.
I'll base it off dexterity.
So you're not actually, we're not actually using an initiative bonus anymore as per the original rules of D&D, is that right?
Well, that's actually how the level up does its initiative. Is
Okay,
you can add bonuses on top of these things.
That's fine. In that case then, it would be appropriate to make you use perception, because obviously that's what he noticed the ghouls as he was about to go down or look at the hole.
And so the alert feat would add on top of whichever skill or attribute you use. So if you have like plus 10 from a skill, then
okay, so plus 7 perception, plus 5 for the alert feat, makes it plus 12.
Which is not a bad thing to say, especially if you're saying my character is listening into strange noises. So perception's a viable thing. So you roll your perception and then add the plus 5 on after the roll.
Dimitri's on 17.
23.
And unfortunately, Bradshaw, unable to roll, is too busy staring at the probably in the bath area for some reason.
Right.
I'm sure no reason whatever. He might not be trying to fill the bath with beer.
There's a bath area in the church?
There is. So to give you guys back memory of it, the church itself seemed to be dedicated to the 5 elements, with each element having a section of the place. The main chapel area dedicated to energy, what appeared to be a library study dedicated to thought, a cleansing room dedicated to water, a area kitchenette behind the chapel dedicated to earth, and a underground area dedicated to entropy and darkness. So you basically had 5 different dedications in that place that gave you an understanding that the place was still considered holy to all the different gods.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so with that in mind, Trellin hears the screeching of the undead.
The monk, the wizard rogue.
Ah, no, Dimitri's not concerned. At the best, you might say, "Hey guys, got company."
And
Okay.
you can tell
Hey,
that
Ghouls.
whatever's rushing your way is speaking in is shouting in old human dialect that no one seems to speak anymore.
Right.
So the words don't quite sound familiar. Though I can give you a culture check to see if you can understand it.
I don't have culture.
So culture
So-
is you say which ability you believe will actually suit your skills. So all skills can be used with any ability to be, as long as you can justify it.
Let's go wisdom.
Okay.
Um,
So we will then make a wisdom check.
It's an insight check, so I get proficiency,
Mm-hmm.
and 21.
Okay. They all seem to be screaming the equivalent of meat's back on the table.
Gotta ring the dinner bell.
So you have a feeling that whatever unearthly voices they are extremely hungry. What would Trellin like to do? So you haven't had any actions yet. This is just the start of your turn. You'll pick that up as part of your perception in listening to what was happening.
Alright, well, I'd like to run 55 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully that gives me an advantage or a aspect to shoot someone.
Okay, so you run out of the protection of the chapel,
Yeah.
go around the corner, and see Dimitri about 80 feet ahead of you, and behind him, another 50 to 100 feet on, a bunch of ghouls running down the road towards you. They're obviously ghouls because you've seen them before, these sort of creatures.
Right.
And a ghoul, while it consumes the dead, doesn't actually age, so they could quite literally be hundreds of years old, if not thousands.
Alright, so if I have excess running, I'll run backwards,
Mm-hmm.
just to stay out of their claw range.
They're probably still. You come out of the chapel, and they're about 130 feet away from it, mate.
Yeah. Well,
Dealing with
yes.
them, you know that they can basically move 30 feet as a standard move. So 60
All
feet
right, well,
is about the
that's
maximum
pretty
they
good
could move.
because I've got a running speed of 55 feet. Yeah.
So you can run and attack them, whereas if they try to keep up with you, they can't attack you.
That's it.
Unless, of course, they manage to come up beside you and force you to do an attack of opportunity. But if you can do a equivalent of a disengage, you can still get away from them and basically do a double move and keep way away from them.
Yeah.
You also know that they take double damage from radiant. And
what does Flame Tongue Longsword count? Oh no, sorry, that's not relevant.
and
The
that
Treant is the weapon I'm using at the time.
and they're immune to charmed, fatigue, paralysis, and poison.
That's fine, as long as the actual piercing isn't there's no resistance to piercing.
They do not, but they are immune to poison and resistance to necrotic.
That's fine.
And they probably got some resistance to piercing in the idea that you're going to do one at a time. They're long to get through.
Well, I'll do 2 at a time.
Thank you, sir.
I can add it.
And you should be expert with your bow, so take the basic attack damage of your bow and then add another 3 dice to it. So you get 1 for skilled, 1 for expert, 1 for it being magical, and I believe you attuned to it as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's why you add the 3 to it.
Nice.
If you weren't attuned, it would only add 2 to it because you don't get the extra dice for it otherwise.
Okay.
And because of that, you're considered the equivalent of a master with the bow when firing.
Alright, so 16 and 15.
16 and
which
15
becomes,
both hit.
sorry, which becomes 26 and 25.
And they both hit. And I consider them both critical hits.
It's a bit low. I'll add D6 to that one.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 20. Oh, it's 26.
Okay, the first one you hit explodes in a shower of stone as it crumbles and hits the ground while running.
Okay. And then the next one will be a bit lower. 17 plus 6. 23.
Okay, and the second one you hit, you basically see it fly off its feet backwards and basically get stuck to a tree. It looks like it's now the equivalent of a gargoyle hanging off the side of a tree.
Okay. So is that impaired or something, or
It has
do I
been
need to?
it's been petrified.
All right, cool. All right, carry on. Your turn.
Okay, Dimitri, you are about 50 feet away from Trellin, who's just fired off 2 amazing shots right over you.
Mm-hmm. So your okay is at least got to show how it's done. So, I guess. Oh, that was a bit of a waste of battle, plenty. So that would be a 30 on the culture. We were talking about the idea of Colin recognising the eyesight on the old type stuff.
Yeah.
Considering Dimitri had actually specifically done the research on the area prior to coming here, so I want to have some ideas of where this dragon tree might be and things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing he probably understands at least that Annabelle topic.
Yes, and you also recognise that they're speaking in Traldar,
I thought that might be.
which is the ancestor language of Traldaran.
Yes.
And with that, you also realise that these guys are probably the original settlers still roving about, and they're probably insane because there's not a lot of life
Good
to feed on in this area. And ghouls that don't consume flesh regularly go insane.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will. Speaking to them in Troldaran, but let's say aiming to use old Troldaran. The equivalent is something that they might understand in Troldar, but state that, sorry guys, this dinner comes with spikes. And he'll fire off the Troldaran. 1826.
That is a critical hit as well.
What was it? 9, 18, 20, 24 points of damage.
Okay, and you basically manage to do a headshot as you watch it basically go straight through the skull and out the other side as it just falls over limply.
Progress.
I mean, it's just a normal crossbow bolt, nothing special about them. Then obviously the precise shooting involved.
Hey, you got to get what you can.
And so Trellin only got out there. He's still at the capital. He's about 50 feet behind me.
He is.
80 feet behind me. They're really in front of me.
Yeah, you do realise that if they get to you, they can overwhelm you and paralyse you because you are not immune to their paralysis. But Trellin is.
Not at all. No, that's not it. And he's going to back up with his move, and then use a bonus action dash to go back 60 total.
Okay. So you're 20 from...
3 from Trellin and 110 from them.
And there is a screaming and screeching from them as they keep charging towards you. Some of them saying hungry, some of them saying meat, some of them saying bird. But you're not exactly sure what they're referring to as a bird.
Bird.
Well, they could be saying squirrel.
And now they are 80 feet from Trellin. So Trellin is now up.
So I'll retreat 55 feet.
If you retreat
shoot.
more than 10 feet, you basically enter the... you go around the corner of the trapple towards the doors and out of sight of them. So if you're going to retreat, attack first, then retreat.
All right, I'll attack first and then retreat. So it's 25 damage.
What armor class did you hit?
You didn't roll one.
28.
Okay, so that is a critical hit again.
And 30. And so that one hits, I assume.
It does. If you roll a 30, it's also a hit, yes.
Yeah. And that's 28 damage as well.
Okay. So you managed to take out 2 more of them.
Yeah.
One of them stumbles into the graves and shatters against it.
Okay.
and the other one looks like it was about to leap and has that frozen look of leaping with an arrow sticking out of its chest.
Did the one that we see shatter against the blade, did the gravestone that shattered against also happen to shatter, or just happen to fall into its own gravestone?
Well, it broke the gravestone, but it didn't shatter it.
I'll back my leg first, thank you.
Hey.
So, with that, we'll get Mark to introduce himself.
All of a sudden, this great brave dwarf comes out of nowhere called Bradshaw. Here to save the day.
He comes out of the chapel where he was hiding behind before.
No, behind the grave. I'm going with the grave, so 10 better.
I don't know, you're in the chapel, it's all good.
I'm in the chapel? So I rush out to him and go, no, I'm already married. Go away. And then I close the doors.
And you close the doors.
No. I don't know what we're doing right now, so I'm going to assume Bradshaw would do anything he shouldn't do.
We're at the end of the last session. We just arrived at the Dragon Tree because we were going to go and find the Nobles family or members.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
And we've gone to Dragon Tree, so the southern end, the southern side of Elfheim, just near off the road of Darrican. And we discovered that Dragon Tree was an old Darrican settlement that had been overrun by the Elven, like the Growth of Elfheim situation. And while we were on our way there, we came across some shadows in a clearing and dealt with those. And now we've just arrived at the town, although the chapel's somewhat on the edge of town. And you guys were investigating the chapel, while Dimitri stayed out investigating the graveyard. So, and then while you're in the chapel, Trellan's keen elf ears managed to overcome the loud thumping clods of the dwarven feet on the floor to hear that there was commotion outside, or there was a group of ghouls charging for the chapel. But it's okay because you've got Dimitri to help hold off he'll hold off the horde for you while you were having a bath or something apparently.
I was only looking at the water. I wasn't in a bath, if I remember rightly. I think you're trying to stress the truth here, Dimitri.
So, so that means that for Bradshaw gets the choice of which attribute or which skill he believes would best suit him for initiative, as long as you can explain why you get to make that roll.
Okay, I'll only go with... This is a fight, I think, so I'm going to go with strength. Because I burst through, bulging muscles, as a rough gunner. No one hurts Dimitri but me. I'll say it that.
Okay, so you get to roll +6 then. Whereas the difference was if you had said been able to justify like athletics with using strength, it would have been a +10 to your initiative.
That's okay. I got 18 currently. Oh no, that's sorry, no. I got 8 + 6 is 14. Sorry.
That's okay. That means that next person up before you burst out to help save the day is Dimitri.
You must be happy that Bradshaw's there to save you. It must be.
Well, you haven't popped out yet.
Every person thinking that, for once, Dimitri, Bradshaw had almost said a true statement. It was half true, anyway.
No one heard Dimitri.
No one heard Dimitri.
No.
If you had stopped there, it would have been accurate.
I could have said Plowman and Bradshaw. I didn't want to go that far. But I thought
I don't know.
Plowman's getting distracted.
If you could have stopped that no one heard Dimitri, you would have been accurate. Anything further, you just diminish the accuracy.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Okay.
But yes. So, and how close is that? How far did they move forward?
They moved 30 feet closer, so they're 80 feet from you at this stage. Well, sorry, they're 60 feet from you at this stage.
Okay, and they only moved 30 feet. They didn't do like effectively a double move.
They did not do a double move.
Yeah. It's going to take too long. So they're about 60 feet away from them at the moment.
They are.
Yeah, okay. He will aim at, shoot another one, take it out. Guys, we're going to have to start cooking dinner soon. But in the meantime, he's got crossbow AC 30.
Okay, that's also a critical hit.
7, 10, 20 points of damage.
Okay. You hit him, he staggers and slams into a grave himself and just sits there twitching.
Okay. And then, yeah. Nah, fuck it. We'll, he'll step back another 10 feet or so just to let the others the opportunity. So I know Bradshaw's he's not so good. Once he throws his hammer, we only get to do that once, and that'll only take out. You're going to get to get one of them. So he's probably going to want to have them close enough to actually go. So Dimitri's happy to fall back a bit further to allow them to keep approaching.
So it's not a hammer of throwing.
Right. Every hammer Bradshaw's had apparently was a hammer of throwing. It wasn't a hammer of returning.
Right.
He did have a hammer of returning. He did have one that he dropped, but he didn't actually throw it, so it didn't return.
Exactly.
That's right.
He already had a hammer of returning. It didn't return.
No, I did have another one, but it didn't like me after a while. So, I mean, I could bring the angry crossbow out, but I'm the crossbow as such. But no. Anyway, so go ahead. No.
Okay, so now Bradshaw can burst out of the chapel.
Okay. Burst out of the chapel. Go. How far away are these people?
You can see Trellin standing at the side of the chapel about 20 feet away, with his bow raised, looking in a direction you can't see.
You can possibly hear the groans and rumbles and apparently stomach gurglings of the ghouls that are attacking from the other side of the church for you guys, from where you come out.
They may already have Dimitri. You might be too late.
Well, depending on how, if he heard, obviously he wouldn't necessarily understood it because Dimitri was talking too slowly for Bradshaw in a language that he wouldn't understand, i.e. common.
Hang on. According to our DM's website, I can speak common. Yeah, with the same common as you, I don't know 100% this yet. So, but it's okay.
Well, you have common Thayatan.
Dimitri's talking about Soldado.
Oh, then I don't care what you say then. I got you. That's fair enough. So, so I'll burst out, and if I see one of my friends in danger, I'll move wherever. If I feel if I look at, sorry, Mark's counting, remember your name.
Because there's a risk of paralysing you, I would suggest the crossbow of whatever. But
Time to pull out that magic crossbow.
Yeah, this is Brad. Brad doesn't like losing range weapons too much. It's just not a very actual thing. Well, because also the boat starts talking how bad he is and demoralise his kind of stature in the world, I think. So it's when Mark asks for a crossbow, he doesn't expect you to have a bow which is cross at him. So I've learned my lesson, and I will be more specific in my.
You asked for a heavy crossbow, so you've got an angry bow tied to a rock.
Kind of in some way, yeah. So, but anyway, I've learned my lesson by how I describe things to Martin when I go sales for sure. So it's okay. Bradshaw's not scared of many things. Maybe Dimitri liking is one thing, but not in this situation. So if I feel there's an enemy nearby that might need help, like it's just around the corner. So I probably can't see any enemies right now. All I see is trailing around the corner right here, or on the edge of the corner. Is that correct?
You can just see Trellin at the edge of the chapel.
Basically, he's like you come out effectively front door to the chapel. Trellin is off to one side, looking down the back wall, like the side wall of the chapel, the back of it, and you can hear Dimitri talking apparently gobbledygook. On the what would be the back of the chapel. You have to run around to the other side to actually catch him and see him.
Well, I'm going for Trellin because it's the first person I see first. While I care for Dimitri, Trellin has a bit more higher stature in the situation. So I'll go around and see if I'll walk around or get around
That
to
takes
my...
you another. So you used up 10 movement to get out of the front door of the chapel. Another 10 to reach Trellin, which is, I believe, your movement.
I think I've got 20 on my character, but you've got 25. I think 24, as far as I remember.
Okay. You've used your move action to get to Trellin.
Okay, so I got Trellin, and what do I see when I get to Trellin?
You see Dimitri with his back towards you, and Dimitri and Trellin are both facing what appears to be a horde of ghouls rushing in your direction.
Okay.
So there also appears to be a gargoyle up a tree nearby.
A gargoyle? Or...
Yeah.
I notice that, or do I have to roll perception to notice that?
Well, I'll give it to you free.
Okay.
Is that one the one I hit?
It's a gargoyle that's not moving.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay.
But it does look out of place against the tree.
Yes.
Okay, so they're fair distance
Probably you find it
away.
on top of the church.
Yeah.
But they're only 20 feet away.
Only 20 feet away? Okay.
They are 80 feet from you at this stage. Dimitri is 10 feet away from you.
Okay. Well, what can I do?
It's angry crossbow time.
I've got some really good melee stuff, that's what I'm wondering.
You can pull it out and wait.
But I can't ready an action, can I? Indeed, I can't remember now.
You can ready an action, but you have to specify the trigger.
Okay.
And the trigger, if you don't choose to use it when it happens, you lose the ready action.
Yeah, which is a ready action, I think. Okay, it's been a while, Master. It's better than my work Master. It's been a while to remember what I can and can't do. We can do that. Sentinel's not going to help me, Mage Slayer. And 20 feet, that means I'll get in. If I get up with shield, I'll have more armoured thing before they hit me, kind of thing. So I'm thinking. Yeah, look. Yeah. Rachel hasn't really hit anything lately, and I think crossbow really won't help the situation in his mind. So he's going to get his warhammer and shield out and ready in action for if a ghoul comes within contact of him, within melee contact of his range, he will smack that ghoul in the head if possible.
He'll be fine. Immediately 10 feet in front of him, he'll hold him off for you.
Cool, that's even better. But I'll read the action for any ghoul that comes in contact with me within melee contact range. I'll hit none. So is that okay?
Yep. Well, you specify it, and then if it happens, I tell you.
Cool. Okay. So if it's a gargoyle, I don't want to hit it.
Or if it's a ghast.
Well, that's even. I did say, man. What I want to hit because I think they're a bit more softer. So good for warhammers.
So the ghouls rush forward 30 more feet, so they're now 50 feet away from you.
Good.
As we're now up to Trellin.
Alright, I'll shoot.
Mm-hmm.
A 1. Does that help with a 14?
So you rolled a 1 on the dice and got a 14?
Natural 1?
That's right.
Okay.
Or is it an automatic miss?
It becomes an automatic miss, just not a terrible critical fumble for you.
Okay.
Sorry about Rachel's ass there for a second, but anyway. Arrow in the league, Arrow in the league, I'm worried about it.
Technically,
24 to hit.
And the 24 is a critical hit.
Yeah. 30 damage.
Okay, and you see another one that you hit him with the arrow when he turns to stone.
Nice.
This is your tree bow, isn't it? Whereas the,
I should, the tree ant's a longbow, so I'm trying to sort of count notches on the.
Well, you've killed 5 out of 6 shots.
Yes, but the one.
That's not bad.
But I didn't hit a party member, so that's great.
Which is also good. Okay. So that brings us to Dimitri. They are 40 feet from you. They are quickly closing ground.
Well, I think it's Dimitri's leisure, but I guess I tried to tell them that they're going to start having to hit dinner up for them. Dimitri will take a move action to go. Hey, they're 40 feet away, you said?
They are 40 feet from you, yes.
Yeah, okay. He'll take a move action, go 30 feet forward, and then using Yem's diamond, he's going to activate the cone bright light to cause the equivalent of a brilliant beam, but in a 30-foot cone. To hitting all creatures in front. There's a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or become blinded. I don't know if the effect on a undead is likely to be more, worse, or indifferent.
In this version of the game, undead are still affected by things.
Yep.
All the versions, you couldn't affect any undead for Constitution saving throw.
That's right. It was something I was momently concerned, but I realised, oh, hang on, Constitution, that could be a problem for Dimitri, but hey.
It's the conditions that they're immune to, not the saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see that a bunch of them appear to be blinded in your light.
Okay, and so effectively it only appears to be blinding them, it doesn't appear to be doing damage to them?
It does not, unless it does radiant damage, it does not damage them.
Oh, okay, happy with that. And then I'll use a bonus action dash to go back 30 feet again.
Okay. Now you're 10 feet from Trellin. And Bradshaw, your ready action drops.
That's fair enough.
And it's now your go again. They
So
are
how
50,
far are they away from me now?
50 feet.
Okay, so I can move 20 feet. Still have half a throwing range. Damn it. Okay.
How far can you throw your hammer?
I want to be 5 feet in front of Trellin, so I've got my fighting style to protect him if I need to. But yeah, I'm going to do the same thing again. Just 5 feet in front of.
I'll be racing off, so don't worry about me.
How far can you throw your hammer?
It says 20 feet according to this.
Alright, 20 feet, okay.
Yeah, so as I said, if I can do 25, but I'm still a bit short of the max range, and that would be a disadvantage too. So, but it does come back to my hand. I believe I've got 3 attacks at level 11. Is that correct, Martin?
Maybe you'll see when he believes it.
Yeah.
I believe you do, yes.
Yeah.
So how many did Yem's diamond hit?
It would have got a significant block of them, but obviously it's a case of yes, they're probably moving a bit more oddly at that moment, unless they're actually using smell as much as anything else.
It's a 30-foot cone, you said?
Yeah. Which activated 10 foot away from them, so 20 foot deep into their midst and 30 feet across at the widest point. So I'm assuming the clicks are all coming down the road at us from the thing. They should have got effectively the width of them.
Let's say you got about 12 of them.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm going to. I want to be in front of Trellin, so at least can take the first impact if need be.
And how long are they blended for, Jeremy?
Blinded for 1 minute, and it can repeat the same at the end of each turn to end the effect.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I'll say 5 minutes in front of Trellin, so I can give him the fighter style protection thing, so I can actually help it if he gets attacked. They get disadvantage against him, and I will this trick will be a little bit different this time. I'm going to say if they come within 20 feet of me, I like to throw my hammer at the first ghoul that comes in 20 feet. I know it would be a disadvantage, but being my returning hammer, I get it back. Cross fingers. Corn to tuned and all that kind of stuff. So, if that makes sense, Martin?
It makes sense.
Cool.
Okay.
So you're 5 feet.
I'm tempted you've got to fight past Dimitri because you got to still be 5 feet behind him. So we'll go past Dimitri's head, hit the thing, start coming back. Dimitri will reach a hand and go.
So if Dimitri, like who was the closest to them, I want to be 5 feet in front of them. If that makes sense. That's what I mean. So.
Well, the person who was in front, you want to be 5 feet instead of in front of.
Yeah, so I can protect them. So I'll get the first hit as such. It makes sense, Martin. So.
Okay. So that means you're actually going. You're going to move 15 feet forward.
Yeah.
10 feet in front of you at the moment.
And says, and maybe a few boys like Bradshaw was like.
I don't think it's a concern that Dimitri's going to steal the hammer off of foot. It's a fully past what won't you? Yeah, so, yeah.
Oh, it did cross my mind, but for some reason I want to have some party members, so I thought I'll do the right thing. So, yeah. Well, Bradshaw is a manly defensive fighter, so I thought, yeah. I'll do the right. Yeah.
And it does mean that they will actually get within range of you to actually use your ready action.
And I've being the dwarf, I've got resistance in necrotic stuff, so not that it's just going to help me here, but I'll find out. So,
okay. Then the ghouls rush forward, and at the 20 feet from you, one of them triggers it, so you get to choose the attack.
Yep, so I'm going to throw my hammer, and I roll at disadvantage because it's 20 feet is the max range. So, I believe that's how it works, man.
That is correct, yes.
Yep. And I'll add my plus 10 to that and see what happens. My lowest is 13, so it's 23.
Okay, so for 23, you get a critical hit.
So that's double everything, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Okay. So 46. Let's get the bloody one on the dice, it's okay. Can't calculate maths, right? 14, double, that's 24, plus 5 is...
33.
Okay, 29. Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate that one. So 29 total one. So bludgeoning damage, nothing else. So actually still that, yeah.
And then the hammer comes flying back to you after you see the ghoul's head explode from your toss.
Yeah. When it comes back, I can't do it. Look at the dimension going looking cool, and then look it straight ahead again. So, because that's how Rachel wouldn't want to do it.
Okay, and then the ghouls get to attack you because you are now within their melee range.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And I've got to remember my armor class. It's been a while since I've used Bradshaw. Guys. That's right.
Good. So again, this is where Bradshaw failed Dimitri's plan. Dimitri had actually calculated their distances and worked it out. He said, yep, okay, I can stand here. And then they'll still not go to Dimitri. You can't go for it.
Okay. It's armor class 20, Martin. So.
Armor class 20. Okay, so two of them miss. One of them misses so badly they provoke an attack of opportunity from you.
2 1s on the D6s, really?
But unfortunately, you've had a reaction since this point, so you don't actually get one because your triggered action is a reaction.
Okay, cool. I'm happy to let it go. Sorry, yeah.
And the last one, you hear the sound of its claws going down the side of your shield.
Ooh. I remember that.
So it's like nails on a chalkboard sort of sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, okay, because so.
And that brings us to Trellan's turn.
All right.
Yeah,
As you've reached the 4th round.
Ooh.
We've killed about 10 of them or so, I think, so far.
28 damage. Oh.
What did you hit, though? What armor class?
30 and 25.
So both critical hits there.
And 24 damage.
And what was the other one? 28.
28. Yeah.
So yes, you hit 2 more of them as Bradshaw sees 2 of the ghouls trying to attack him, just petrified beside him.
And is there room to back off?
There is room to back off. You can back around the corner.
Yeah, I can do that. Yes, I'll do that.
And back up to the door, so that way you could potentially go inside if you need to.
I'll probably back out. I'll probably come back out again, but it's better to kind of hold my ground.
That is understandable.
Or rather, not hold my ground.
Well, you do believe they'll make it round. They'll probably make it to the door.
Okay, if you stay where you are right now, they will, or they can overrun your position unless they for some reason don't move forward.
Well, I want to back off. So if that means
you step in,
you could potentially just keep backing away, so you're actually moving a bit away from the chapel, like rather than heading back towards the doorway. You could actually effectively.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I would think, anyway, assuming the terrain. I'm assuming there's space in front of the chapel that becomes the.
There is.
Place.
And the road continues. That the remains for the road continue on back towards the outskirts of Darrakan.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. I'll do that.
Okay. So you back off about 55 feet?
Yes. Because it doesn't matter with... So the long range is 700 feet.
Okay, well, you're not going to get out of short range if you're going, you're still within a couple hundred feet. So.
And he also has the benefit of long range is not at disadvantage.
That's right. So it's a moot point.
Okay, Dimitri, you've seen Trellin retreat behind you, and Bradshaw move up into melee with the ghouls.
Yep. Dimitri's thinking, God damn it, Bradshaw, what were you thinking? Because Dimitri's now working on the idea of having stood there and allowed them to cover him, and then blinded the first few ranks of them, so they would have slowed down a little bit in their travels. He's working on the idea that they probably should be bunched up into a nice 20-foot radius type area now.
Yeah, the ones that you blinded are still back on the road behind you.
So they didn't move at all?
They didn't move at all.
Okay, well, that's right then. But, so the idea being that he's hoping that the vast majority should be now in a nice 20-foot radius circle.
Well, looking, you can see that half of them have gone the other side of the chapel. So very soon they will be coming at you from behind.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
They are not dumb undead. They are less intelligent than an average person, but that doesn't.
That's right. It's like, yeah. So in my head, I actually meant to actually effectively stay with the chapel behind me rather than actually going down the side of the chapel. But yeah, realising that having got close enough to Trellin, that became an issue. That's fair enough. But anyway, yeah, I will cast a fireball at the group that's still in front of myself and Bradshaw. So.
Okay. Having Bradshaw inside the sphere or outside the sphere?
I think you had to ask a question, didn't you? I knew you were going to ask that question.
As I said, Bradshaw was... He's in the spot which was supposed to be papers for the when you in Dimitri's calculations on where it was going. But I guess he'll push the sphere a little bit further away and keep Bradshaw out of it.
Okay. So what is the saving throw for your fireball?
Spell save 18.
So the group failed.
Well, that'll probably be painful for them. Are we? 8d6.
Okay, I thought it was max for that level, but I'm sure.
Oh, okay, I'll get reading the book.
No, that's cool. I'm trying to think what. Maybe I'm thinking Pathfinder too much. Sorry.
Yeah, Pathfinder and previous versions of D&D, the damage of fireballs scaled with your level. Fireballs are now tied to the level of slot you use to cast it.
That's right. So if I cast it with a higher level slot, it would do more damage, but the base one is...
I'll keep you in that. No, sorry.
For a total of 29 points of fire damage.
Okay, so...
I warned them that dinner was about to be warmed up. I gave them a chance.
Okay, Dimitri takes out a good 40 of them, 20 of them with a fireball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, there you go. Does that include the ones in front of me too, or not?
It does. Except for two of them. Except for two who are still standing there looking at you.
They're looking right now.
That's fair enough.
So the two of them that are still standing look a little burnt, but still staring at you.
They look a bit grey, but they're blackened on the back. So,
I understand.
But yeah, basically that would have taken out all the ones on this side of the chapel.
It did. Except for the blinded ones in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
And there, you would expect there to be another 8 to 10 coming around the other side, or more.
Yeah, as anyone told me, no one's told me this shit, have they? So I don't know this, so I'm just sticking out loud.
So I will give Bradshaw an insight roll to see if he actually notices.
You may have been separated because you were outside possibly before they actually went down the outside.
I did that? Okay.
You may have, I'm not saying sure.
Let's see how good my insight was.
So the base bonus is +6.
Okay. Got +3 here, but maybe I was wrong. I'll change because of my settings there. Oh, okay. 11. You was +6. So maybe I didn't know.
Yes, you've got these 2 petrified guys beside you.
And hey, you can see some more ghouls sort of milling around about
40 feet up the road.
Yep.
So Dimitri's cleared the path for you to attack those who can't see you.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. He would do that. He's a nice guy.
So what does Bradshaw wish to do?
Considering I don't know anything about around the side of the church, I'm going to play. Reg goes, thank you, Dimitri. I shall get the rest for you. And
you dash off 20 feet?
20 feet, and then I will do the same thing again with my hold action on. So
okay.
So does D&D have a charge that allows you to move and then attack?
I'm not the one.
Like pretty effectively move 40 feet and attack if you really wanted to, like melee.
Let me check actions he can take.
Yeah, I can't remember it off the top of my head. It's definitely a Pathfinder thing, but I can't remember what it's
I know that there is things you can actually take with weapon skills to learn how to do that.
Yeah, I think it was a feat. I thought it was. Maybe not the right one. But
that was it too. Yeah, that makes sense.
Most of my feats are for when things are in melee combat with me, like Sentinel and Mage Slayer, but it makes it understandable because I'm trying to stop people from hurting Dimitri because they hate him so much. So, yeah. I thought it was a good idea.
4, 3.
Yep.
Just looking up the updated things to see if I can give you other options.
That's okay, man. I'm good.
I mean, and like obviously, it's not vital.
Well, it means it can at least know what he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of the reason that Dimitri was quite happy to let them approach. He thought, Rachel will want some fun.
He can dash to move twice as an action.
Yeah.
He can press the attack, so which means you can use a bonus action to designate one creature within your reach, which is not currently the target of a press and attack. Until the beginning of your next turn, your melee attacks against that creature gain an expertise dice. And all attacks are made with advantage.
Okay.
You can sprint.
Sorry, man.
You can sprint, which allows you to move 4 times your normal speed.
That uses all my actions. Is that correct?
It does, yes. These are actions that replace your attack.
Okay, so if I can dash in there, but I'm gonna get attacked if I'm get that close, kind of thing.
So the basic thing of charging is you do your move and then you attack, but there is no actual base action for giving you movement and attack.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's a trained maneuver, not a unskilled ability of people.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a dash just gives me 40 feet. Would I be in contact with them then or not?
With a dash, it would send you forward 40 feet, and that would put you within range of them.
And then within range of you. And then you tell me some stuff like you'd be in melee contact with them, but you wouldn't get a swing.
Okay. But if they moved no, because they haven't moved out of my opportunity thing, so yeah, how many are there at the moment in that little blinded area? Is there about 5 or
12.
6 of them? Or?
12.
12.
You can take them, I'm sure.
Not like I'll see you coming.
Yeah. And do we know how long the blind's going for at all?
Until they make a saving throw, or they last long enough to have it wear off.
Okay. I'll do a free yell at it, okay? I'll bunch them up for you, Dimitri, and I'll dash in there and get into the closest one to me.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Dimitri saying, what do you think I had been doing until someone got in the way?
You didn't say that before I bashed in, so that's the problem. So, but I'll go in do that situation. I'll still have my attack of opportunity if I ever get to use it, but I don't think I will. So.
Oh, you don't get the attack of opportunity this time because you've used your action
dash.
to.
Yep, okay, gotcha. So I'm there. I'll jump. I'll get them all together for you. I say out loud.
Okay, so
those. You're thinking, oh, good. So yeah, he gave them into one small circle, and then I'll use Bradshaw as the target for my next round.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, right. You should put the firewall right on top of me. Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, so the blinded ones are still appear to be blinded, and then Trellin sees another 15 coming around the other side of the church. They're now in front of the door that leads into the church.
Right. So I want to preserve like 100-foot buffer and still shoot them. Is that alright?
That is fine. You can shoot them, then move as you wish.
Okay. 27.
Remember, technically, you can move in half your movement, take a shot, and then move back half your movement.
You can, yes. So 27 is a critical hit, and the other one?
17.
And the 17 is just a normal hit.
Right.
Dimitri's thinking, damn, now I've got to find something else to tie my rope to. Because that gravestone's probably crumbled by now. Or will be before I get back to it.
30 damage
On the first one,
24 damage.
Okay, so your non-critical did almost as much as your critical.
Yes.
So one of them you see spin and slide down the wall, being your non-critical, leaving a black smear behind it. And the other one just bursts into small shards of rock. As you've now taken out 9 out of 10 shots.
Cool.
Okay, Dimitri.
What are you surveying?
I've seen 15.
9 out of 10 shots say.
I'm seeing 15 people coming around the other side of the ruins.
So 9 out of 10 shots say they shouldn't attack him.
That's right. That's what survey says.
So Dimitri, you can see that Bradshaw has moved up to the ones that you've blinded previously, almost right into their midst.
And they're about, well, they're 45 feet or so away from Dimitri, aren't they?
But they all seem to have turned their head towards his direction when he yelled out.
Yeah.
That'll come back to bite me.
No, it's the ghouls that'll come back to bite you, not yourself. Bradshaw, jeez. What was wrong with throwing your hammer at them? Why do you have to throw yourself at them?
He's just too irresistible.
There's about 12 of them, you said, didn't there?
Yep.
It almost made you think about using another spell.
Wow. So much.
How long does that take to recover?
Nah, it's only Bradshaw. We'll just go to the crossbow again. AC 25.
25, that becomes a critical hit.
That's a more painful attack than normal. 14, 28, 31.
Okay, you hit one of them and see it do one of those amazing spins as it flips over with your shot. And you see the bolt still sticking out of its head as it's now bent over backwards on the ground.
Pinned to the ground.
Alright, are we responsible for some sort of cull of an ancient species?
Okay, these are, ancient Eldarians.
Well, I'm just trying to have you over for dinner.
They've been gone a while, so...
Okay, and then so what else is Dimitri going to do?
So, how big's the chapel? Like, what's the side wall of the chapel? We're talking 30 feet long, 40 feet long?
It is 30 feet on the side with the door.
Yeah.
And it's 40 feet along the main length with an extra 10 feet on the end of it.
Okay, yeah. So from Dimitri's perspective, he knows that some have gone around the backside, and therefore they may be coming out behind him, but he can't see them around the corner of the chapel yet, so therefore they're more than a move away. So he's fine.
From where you're standing, they could reach you if they came around the corner with a single step. You're just past the corner.
Yeah.
Well, 10 feet past the corner.
So you're saying I'm actually down near the door end of the chapel?
You are. So it's 10 feet for you to reach the front, and then another 15 feet to reach the front doors.
Okay. Well, he'll just move a bit wider off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
So he's about 20 feet away from the side of the chapel type stuff, and halfway down the chapel.
Yeah.
So that if they come around the front, they won't reach him, and the ones who are up with Bradshaw, if they decide that they don't particularly like dwarf meat, they prefer Caldara meat, perfectly understandable. They won't actually reach him either.
Okay. Lucky for Bradshaw that...
it would be perfectly logical for them to go for Dimitri, because he's obviously the dinner guest that can hold a conversation.
Yeah, lucky for Bradshaw, he hasn't been hurt yet, so the ghouls can't actually smell where he is.
That's okay.
They are trying.
I try. So...
And then... oh, sorry, I also forgot it's Bradshaw's go, so Bradshaw now gets to act. You've just seen one of them taken out by a bolt beside you.
I will...
I wasn't one next to him. I'm going for the other... I'm taking out the sidelines for him. I wouldn't want to interfere with Bradshaw's fun.
Okay, one near you has gone down, though. Technically, you've got 12 near you, so there's now 11 near you.
Okay, I'll go swing the closest one next, then I'll pick the next one, and I'll pick the next one. If that makes sense.
Yep.
So one at a time.
So you have advantage.
Advantage?
They are blinded.
Yeah, blind.
So 25, first one.
That becomes a critical hit.
Oh, really? I need to take a picture of that and send to you. I'm going to take a picture and send to you.
Natural one.
3 1s and 2 for my damage dice.
Probably enough.
It's still, it's just worth a picture of us. You can laugh at that one. So that's 5. Double 10 plus 5 is 15.
Okay, so the first blow did not actually take the ghoul down.
That's advantage too. I thought, okay. If I didn't take it down, I'll keep it hidden again. So advantage again, I assume, or was it just normal now?
It's still advantage. It is blind to you.
Okay, that's a 15.
A 15 to hit is just a normal hit.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so every shot has been a 1-shot, 1 kill. Bradshaw can't even take out a blind one.
Yeah, thank you. 6. 8 plus 5 is 13. That's how bad that roll was too.
Okay, so you finally managed to kill that one that you were swinging at. Took 2 blows to take him out. He's obviously a very powerful ghoul.
Bradshaw, stop playing with them.
Okay, and then I'll find the next one next to me. Do I have to move it all? Or they go right?
You do not. You do have. You still have. They are within swinging range.
Okay.
Target this environment.
Oh, God. I need a bit of table to roll my dice on. 18.
Is that with advantage?
Yes, got one was a 1. Just to let you know. Other one was a 4 and 5 last roll, by the way. So that's a normal hit, I assume. Is that
A normal hit. Yep.
I need some new D6s. I wish I had some more D6s here. Okay. 1 plus 2 plus 2 is 5. Plus 4 is 9. Plus 5 is 14. So I only killed 1 out of. I thought I would have killed 3.
So far, Bradshaw's 2 out of 4 for hitting with the hammer. Trellin is 9 out of 10 for hitting with his bow.
Bradshaw's feels like his shoulder's a bit out of work recently. He's done too much sitting around as a lord kind of thing, so maybe I'm a bit out of touch.
Dimitri's 3 out of 3 for hitting with his bolts, and he's 20 out of 1 for hitting with a fireball.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm not doing my job properly now.
So currently, Dimitri's hitting way above average with a more than 100% hit rate.
Yeah, I'm going to find that. I might have to get another table to roll on in a second.
It's not a competition, obviously.
No, of course not. But if
It's not.
Plowman was here, I would be definitely competing. I'm saying.
Okay, so one of the ghouls seems to figure out where Bradshaw is, and
The one that just got hit. They said,
Yep.
hey, Bradshaw tapped him on the shoulder and said, hey, I'm here.
and provokes an attack of opportunity with his inability to actually see where you are.
Well, I do have one of those.
Just so you know, he hit armor class 7.
Okay. So.
You want me to take one of those out? But
I know, it would only be Bradshaw's to
Yeah.
have opportunity.
Yeah. So that's I didn't get a 1 on the dice for once, which is the first for the last 3 attempts.
Besides Fallon, so it's still Bradshaw's fun. Dimitri's picked it up for you, so you can both have some fun.
That's right. 7, 9, 11 plus 5, 16 in that one.
So 16. So that is, you're now 3 for 5.
Hey! That's my only attack of opportunity, I believe, as well. So.
It is.
Yeah.
And then Dimitri sees 5 of them come round the corner towards him, and another 10 have headed off up the road towards Trellin.
And the ones that were around Bradshaw just closed in on Bradshaw, is that right?
They are trying to close in on him, but not doing a good job of it.
Yep.
So there is
Okay.
only 10 around. There's 10 around Bradshaw at the moment. Oh, sorry, 9 because he took out 2.
Yeah. And how far away am I from Bradshaw? About 40 odd feet, I guess.
You are,
the
though.
angle that I put in?
Though Trellin is up first.
Oh, Trellin first anyway, yeah, okay.
So what would Trellin like to do? He's got 10 ghouls running towards him. He can see 5 heading towards Dimitri, and Bradshaw surrounded by 9.
Well, I'll shoot the ones in front of me.
Okay. Ghouls in a barrel, apparently, for you.
Alright, so 23 to hit.
That's another critical hit.
And 25.
So that's another critical hit.
And that's 32 damage.
That one is definitely way dead. He sort of solidifies as his head is bursting apart.
And
the thing I'm liking about Trellin turning into stone, it means that there's still at least a monument left behind for them. If their gravestones are crumbling when they're being put to full rest, at least there's still a monument.
Oh, that's sweet. So yeah, 28 damage.
Okay, so yes, you have 2 more statues crumble, fall over, having taken blows from you, leaving 8 ghouls charging you.
And should I be backing off at this point?
They're still more than 15 feet from you.
I'll go back off 20 feet. That's all right.
Okay. Dimitri, you have 5 charging you. You can see 9 around Bradshaw, and you see 8 charging Trellin.
Mm-hmm. And how close are the ones that are coming direct, the 5 coming to me at the moment?
They are 30 feet from you.
He will go with shooting one of them with his crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
AC 18.
That's just a normal hit.
Yep. Oh, but I rolled good damage. 6, 12, 20, 23 damage.
Okay, he just staggers and falls over. So you manage to take him out.
I will back off another 10 or so, keeping basically backing away from the chapel, so it's keeping that angle and keeping the others. If Bradshaw's ones decide to come, they're still going to come. So that then they're about, what you say, they were 25 feet away initially, didn't you? Or 35 feet away.
Yep. They're about 25 feet.
So, yeah, so he'll back up maybe 15 feet, give himself a bit of leeway. So. And then say, guys, you can't be that hungry still.
And Bradshaw is now up.
There was cooked food over there.
I'll continue trying to see if I can one-shot one of these things properly.
Yep.
So I'm going to, I suppose, advantage on all the hits. Is that right at the moment?
Still with advantage because they're still blind.
Okay, cool. That's better. At 29, hit.
That's a critical hit.
Okay. This is completely different from last time. I got 3 6s in this one compared to the 3 ones I got last time. So anyway, so 18, 22, 44, 49.
Okay, that one is an explosion of gore.
Okay. I'm not saying a word yet because after they noticed one of them noticed me when I yelled, I'm not going to do the right thing. Okay, I'll go to the next one.
Yep.
It's a 19 on dice, so that should be a normal hit, isn't it?
A 19 on the dice.
Yep.
That's not with your bonus?
That's with my bonus plus 10, a 9 plus 10. So.
Okay. 19 is a normal hit?
Yep. Yeah, it's better than I did roll last time. 11, 16, 21.
Okay, he also goes down.
Cool. And I've got one more attack, so I'll go for the next one. So, 22.
22 is a critical hit.
Okay. My first one off session, off this round. 12, 17, 18, 23. Oh, and no, sorry, hang on, that's 17, 18, double that is 36, then plus 5. So that's 41. So,
Okay, he also explodes in a shower of gore.
okay. I'm done handing feedback from if they still knows yet or not.
Well, none of the ones you've hit notice you.
Well, it's a good start. That's a good start.
It's sort of hard to notice you when they're no longer moving.
I know, but I'm looking for the ones that still don't know if I'm here or not yet.
The one he expected noticed, he's the one that actually attack back if you didn't actually take him out.
Yeah.
That's
right there. That's right there, Ian. That's 100% correct.
Okay, so the ones that are around you are still quite blind.
Okay.
Nice work.
So you're lucky
that's
that.
admitting Dimitri's performance, but anyway.
I'm trying to catch up with you too, by the way.
So I got 21 to hit.
No, sorry, I was also describing you have a bunch of them shuffle towards Trellin, getting at 30 feet closer, and the same with Dimitri. So they're almost caught up to Dimitri. He's not moving as fast as them at the moment, but that's by choice. So now we're up to Trellin on round 7.
Alright. So I'll shoot the two of them. One for 21 and one for 24.
What was the second one? 20.
24.
Okay, so one critical hit and one normal hit.
Okay. $28 damage.
28 damage. Is that the critical normal hit? And it goes down in a shower of gore.
Okay, and the next one is it's 33 damage, and it's a crit, so it's very poorly.
Okay, so you basically see you manage to hit it in such a way that its brain goes flying out of its body. The brain solidifies as it hits the side of the chapel, and the body just falls over and turns to dust.
Okay. I'm sorry that I haven't left a permanent record of its life and death.
Okay. And I'm assuming that when you mentioned the other one about a burst of gore, it was actually a stony gore.
No, it was just it was a burst of gore, because the only ones that turn to stone are those he's critically hit.
Okay, right.
So
Alright, so I will back off. So as long as I can still shoot by backing off 55 feet.
There's still 6 chasing you. You can move backwards 30 feet easily and keeping pace with them.
Okay. But is 55 feet achievable? Or
55 feet is achievable.
I'll do that.
That puts you at about 120 feet from the chapel.
I think that's alright.
And that is Dimitri's go.
And I've got them about 10 feet away from me at the moment.
You do.
I will... let's just go something different. We'll go for a firebolt at one of them.
Mm-hmm.
16... AC 26.
AC 26. That becomes a critical hit.
9, 13, 26... 30 points of fire damage.
Okay, you see him incinerate under the flames of your bolt, leaving
And
3
then-
left.
Sorry, go on.
Leaving 3 left.
Yep. And then I'll say, guys, tag's fun and all, but I got to go. And so he'll use a move action, 30 feet, basically in a curve, going wide around the group of them.
Mm-hmm.
So basically ending up effectively, say, 10 feet away from them, but on the other side type effect, or equivalent. And then a bonus dash action to go the extra 30 feet back towards the front corner of the church again.
Yep. You have no trouble going around them. Bradshaw, you have 6 nearby.
Hammer time. So, that's it. It was worthwhile. I'll go for the next closest one to me, and I'll roll, since they're still blinded, as advantage.
So you are still
that's
blind
okay.
and you still have advantage.
20 for the first roll.
That is a normal hit.
Yep. I don't mind that because no one's in it. 10, 15, 20 total damage.
Okay, he does not go down.
Okay. I will swing again because I don't like that. A 26. That's probably critical, is it?
Becomes a critical hit and he splutters as he goes down because he only had 2 hit points left.
Okay, definitely. That's fair enough. And I'll go for the next one.
Yep.
25.
That becomes a critical hit.
Yeah, me and my smart mouth about once. God, hell no. I'll send you this picture after the game. You'll laugh when you see me ones or something from one of the rolls. It's 6, 8, double, 16, 21 damage from that one last one.
Okay, he actually falls over. You manage to get the magic number.
I still can't believe the 11112 as yet, but anyway, it's all good. I'll say go. Okay.
There's only
Bracing.
4 left near you.
I'm bracing for when they can finally see me. So
Okay, so the 4 of them standing near you all turn and look at you.
okay. I knew this was going to happen eventually. It's okay.
And you see 3 of them sort of stop, look at Dimitri, look at the dwarf, and start running towards the dwarf from behind. So
They should be still far enough away from the dwarf. They won't reach him this round though. So
they will reach him next round.
yeah, next round, absolutely, yeah.
And 6 of them are rushing towards Trellin, not noticing that Dimitri has slipped past all of them. So round number 8, and it is Trellin's go. You have 6 running towards you.
Alright. So I got a 22
That's a critical hit.
and a 30.
It's also a critical hit.
Okay. 24 damage.
Okay, you turn another one to stone.
Oh, this is going to be good. Maybe. Well, not so much. Oh no, it's still going to be 26 damage.
26 damage. He also gets turned to stone. You have only 4 of them rushing towards you amongst their thinning numbers.
So I've got. I don't need to use any movement to stay out of their comfort range.
Yep, there's no way they can reach you even if you stay put for 2 rounds.
Alright, I'll just stay put.
Okay, Dimitri. You safely make it to the front of the chapel. You can't see the ones that were chasing you. They've cleared out. But you can see Trellin. You've got 4 of them within about 40 feet of you.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Okay, thanks. These guys don't know how to play tag properly. So I will use a move action to go back around the side of the chapel again to where I can see the ones that are going for that. the 3 that were left going for me, that should have been coming towards me, but apparently decided not to.
They went for the closest one they could see.
Yep. So
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yep. I will effectively move. So I'm about 40 feet away from them. Assuming that's 30 feet of movement or less from my end.
Yep.
And we'll go with the crossbow again.
Okay.
I want to show off. AC 21.
21. That's just a normal hit.
11, 14, 17 points of damage.
Okay, he's still standing.
Yep.
Took a shot to the back.
I don't want to interfere with Bradshaw's fun, but I realised I've actually got to take a wound them, so therefore Bradshaw can one-shot them.
My head's shaking right now. You would laugh. Anyway, I appreciate the honesty with the comment. So,
okay, Bradshaw,
so,
you've got 4 ghouls on one side of you and 3 ghouls on the other.
Okay, but only 4.
Ghouls to the left of me. Ghouls to the right of me. Stuck in the middle.
So 4 ghouls are right in contact range for me right now?
They will be on their turn. They'll get to move and attack.
Okay, so...
Hang on.
Okay.
So he already had 4 that moved melee with him, didn't he?
Oh, sorry. He has 4 in melee range with him. Roughly, because you can do 5-foot steps between attacks.
Okay. Okay, I'll go for the first closest one to me right now, to Gnome Hammer. I've got to call it. Highland Gnome Hammer. And only one, it's no advantage this time, so just one roll, I believe. Is that correct?
Yep, just one roll, yes.
And it's the bloody best roll of the night. 28.
28, that becomes a critical hit.
Okay. Okay. 10, 20, 25.
25, okay, he explodes in a pile of gore.
Okay. Since they can see me to go next, and I'll go for the next one. Since they can see me now, I didn't want to do it before. 30? Is that hit? 13?
13 is a hit, just a normal hit though.
Okay, that's fair enough. Okay. 18 points of damage.
18 points. He's still standing.
Well, he's going to get another hammer to the other side of him.
Okay,
22?
22, and that becomes a critical hit, taking him out.
Probably, yeah, I'd say so. Okay.
Well, when there's a matter of 3 hit points, I don't worry too much about you rolling dice.
Well, even if it had been a normal hit, you would have killed him.
Now, you don't have to remind me of mine. I know with my Warhammer, or I get a bonus to use my bonus action, or to actually raise, like something's going to raise shield. Well, I forgot about that. Shit, let's use action surge. I totally forgot about that. Sorry guys, it's been a while since I got through.
It is also on the screen at the bottom of your character sheet.
Yes, I know, but it's Mark's only looking at your lovely face in the camera. How's that sound? I'm going to that one, Mark. Okay, I'm going to... next, I'll see if I can get all these 4 ones that are non-blind anymore. So I don't have me hit me. So I'll use my action surge for 3 more attacks. So... 23 the first one.
23 becomes a critical hit.
Oh, that's going to hurt. 35.
35, it also explodes in a pile of gore, leaving 1 left on this side.
Okay, next one. Well, that dice has gone over the other side of the room. 26. Critical hit, I believe.
26 is another critical.
Okay, 6. 1, 1, 1. That's 18, 23.
He also
Yes.
goes down with a mighty blow.
And the other one's not in my range at the moment, is it correct?
You can't-
But you've got one more attack left, and you've still
Yeah.
got enough move to probably reach them, haven't you?
I'd probably
No,
say
yeah.
I'd probably say he's used about probably about 15 of his 20 movement. The thing is, with the action surge gives you another action. It doesn't give you another bonus
Like
or
your whole
movement.
round of stuff. Yeah, fair enough.
What's the closest one? How far is that away from me right now? The closest one that I still can't
I'm going to say he's within 20 feet.
Good. Is he? Oh, so is he 20 feet or is he?
He's 20 feet.
Okay,
Good
so
play.
I can throw it with disadvantage. Okay,
Mhm.
so. Okay. Okay. One was 19, the other was a 4, so that's 14.
14. Okay,
Right.
your hammer hits.
Okay. What's that, right? 11, 16, 21 damage.
21 damage. Okay, so you see one of them splatter with your thrown hammer.
Yeah. Okay. Come get it. I'm ready for the others. They're coming towards me.
Okay,
Sorry.
so the other two shamble forward and attack you.
That's fair enough.
First one provokes an attack of opportunity from you.
I'm more than happy to do that. It's not going to do too much damage because there's there's a 1 and a couple of 2s there. That's 10, 15.
15 damage.
What did you want to hit? Is it a critical hit?
Is it 15 to hit?
Oh, sorry, no, that's right, sorry. My apologies. Only 14, so that's only normal hit. Sorry.
Okay, luckily he had an arrow in his back, so he
Okay.
goes down.
But you're
Okay.
right. Bradshaw didn't see the arrow, so he thinks he killed him one shot.
I am putting that to my kill count. And I think another one's going to attack. Uh-oh. I don't like that one. Hey, let me... I've got to double check if I've got nice handy through. Dwarf resistance? No. I don't think my feats will do anything about it, so... This is going to hurt.
Okay, so he does 6 points of slashing damage to you.
Bradshaw let himself get hit.
And I should have told Mark what my armor was going to do against resistances as well, but I didn't do that, so it's my problem. I think I'm one that does resistance, but it's all good. So 6 points, yep.
And you get to make a
125.
Constitution saving throw.
And okay, cool. I've got a backup plan if I fail that one. Well, I don't think I need it. Yeah. I want to thank you, Martin, for helping me with my character sheet before. My Constitution save should
He's
be
+9.
+9. That is 25 total.
Okay, so you're not worried about it whatsoever.
No, because I've had my wife stick points negative to me, so this is nothing compared to that.
So now we're up to round 9 and Trellin with 2 ghouls running at him.
Alright.
Well, yeah, four
Let's,
ghouls still running at Trellin, yes. So you're going to shoot at them?
Yes. 29 to hit,
Another critical hit.
and 29 to hit.
So 2 more critical hits.
And damage. 27.
That one goes down and turns to stone. He also goes down, turning to stone,
Okay.
leaving you just 2 charging you. As you do your Legolas moment. And there's no way they're going to reach you before you get to shoot again.
Okay, cool.
Okay, Dimitri, you can see there is one left attacking Bradshaw. You going to help him out with that one kill, one blow thing again?
I mean, Bradshaw let himself get hit, so obviously he's in danger. So I guess Dimitri's got to save him. How far away is it from me?
Currently, it's about 30 feet.
Okay. I will just steady, line up, and take a shot.
And just to the bit of a smart ass thing, mate, I'm looking at what Mage Slayer does just in case I want to stop the magical spell. But, yeah, because I do want him to take the kill. But
28 to hit.
Using your crossbow.
Is it crossbow? Yeah.
Okay, so yes, that's a critical hit.
Like I said, I was taking the time to line up. And yeah, 10, 15, 17, 34, 37 points of damage.
Okay, so you see its its brain matter splatter all over Bradshaw.
That was the plan.
There's a,
do I get a reaction to kind of try to get the shield up in time or not?
yes, you can raise the shield in time.
Okay. As long as it's not on my face, I'm okay.
And then it's Bradshaw's turn, depending on if Dimitri does anything else with his movement.
No, because I said he stopped and steadied himself, so he took advantage on the roll and therefore got his sneak attack in there as well. So,
and that brings us to Bradshaw's go. You can see Trellin off about... He's probably about 180 feet from you with two ghouls closing in on him.
First thing I say, damn you, Dimitri! What's going on my face? Then I'll dash 40 feet towards those ones, just in case in the rare chance Krillin can't get killed. So,
okay.
That's it, my turn.
face, you hadn't want to get close.
No, your turn. They may comment yet. You're watching your turn.
Reaction.
That's fair enough.
And then the two ghouls do their rushing towards Trellin, but unfortunately for them, the terrain is not that great for them. But it's perfect for Trellin. He didn't even notice it was difficult terrain. He is an elf after all. That's part of the reason why they've taken so long to get to you, is they are costing extra movement to rush towards you. Trellin, you're up on round 10.
Okay. Well, hopefully I don't get a 1. Woohoo! 26.
That's a critical hit.
And a crit. So 23.
Okay.
33.
So one of them you just see turn into a tree.
Right. Is that a good thing?
Well, it looks like a living tree, not a petrified tree.
Okay, cool. And so that's 29 damage.
Okay, so 19 out of 20 shots for Trellin, taking out 19 of the ghouls, and turning one of them into a tree.
Yes.
So what's the kill count? I want to see if I beat Dimitri. That's all.
Dimitri got 5 out of 6 with his crossbow. He got 20 out of 1 with his fireball, and he got 1 out of 1 with his firebolt. So Dimitri has a kill count of 26.
Damn it,
Yeah,
too much.
so I wasn't using any of my bonus actions to... so it says I can use this attack if the other attack in the round was a monk weapon, which is a list of about 5 weapons. So the longbow is a monk weapon, but I used it to negotiate the...
That's fair enough.
Bradshaw got 14 out of 17 swings.
That's okay, because until we get the character sheet updated, I didn't use any of the master kind of extra things, so I'm okay with that. So I'm just pure hitting at the moment, so that's all good. And it's all good, just as I said, just more the amount of D6 ones that I got was a bit funny, so I thought it was hilarious. So,
Hey, you did quite well, and considering you have 125 hit points.
yeah, I know. That's why I thought I didn't mind charging in, and I was hoping my resistance getting product might just help, just maybe on something if I had real problems. So, but that's okay.
So what I gave you there was pretty much a minion battle.
No, that's good. Now I suppose as soon as it's all all killing going. Okay, Dimitri, where the hell did they come from? What's going on here? Thursday Bradshaw.
Down the hole.
Were they down the hole? What hole?
Yeah.
Because I've been inside, so I don't know about
There's
the hole.
a hole outside.
Oh.
That's all I heard.
So, when the dude gets back, I'll quiz him with a cracking tear going, what hole? Would you open up a hole? Why'd you dig a hole? Why do you want to dig a hole? All these sort of bullshit questions, so...
Apologies, I forgot I was on mute.
That's okay, but yeah, go ahead.
Because Dimitri hasn't mentioned the hole at all yet, so none of the guys will be seen the hole. And yeah, the ghouls did not come from the hole, they came from down the road where the town came from. As you can understand, having looked around the gravestones, it's clear that these were the unfortunate remnants of the original Keldar settlers in the area, which is why I was able to communicate with them and talk to them about the situation. But unfortunately, their home, as in this town, was overrun when the Elfheim came into existence, and obviously they were killed during the process, and they've been dead a long time, so surprisingly enough, feeling hungry, which is what set them off in a bad way. But Bradshaw, now if you'd be so good as to grab at least the ones that are still in one piece, the statues and things like that, I can show you where they go in the cemetery.
No, as you look at the cemetery, you see that there's only about 3 gravestones still standing.
Okay, well, we're supposed to do the right thing. So, I will, at the instruction of Dimitri, it is killing Bradshaw while doing this. But he would do it for the greater good, not just for Dimitri, for the people of the town.
And so, yeah, Dimitri's telling you to place to grab. He's taking a look at each statue first, and they say, "Oh yes, that one goes there. No, not there. There."
Yeah, no, this is what I'm worried. This is what Bradshaw's going. He picks it up, does does a heck fireman carry, carrying it very nice if they did riddle. And okay, where now, Dimitri? You go over there. Oh no, over there. No, go.
No, that one goes there.
Now, I think I'm going to roll the dice, and this is going to tell me what time the Bradshaw breaks on what statue. Okay. An 11th statue, if there's 11 statues, I'm not sure.
There are quite a few statues, so you got at least 11.
Yeah, so I've got 11th statue. I go, look, can you just be more accurate next to this in the future? No, I've got to get the shit by then, okay? So
I'm telling you exactly where they go. Don't fall in that hole! As Bradshaw goes approximately somewhere near the hole, he'll say, don't fall in the hole.
Do you want to refresh that, Martin, just or not?
Oh, no. He gave you enough warning.
Okay, cool, okay. I just thought I'd ask, just being honest player.
I should rephrase that. Dimitri gave you plenty of warning. Whether that still means you fall in the hole, that's up to Bradshaw's dexterity.
It is obvious to see where the hole is because it looks like work stone where a gravestone was flipped backwards to open up into an area.
Okay.
And there's a rope on the ground leading down into it.
But the rope's not tied to anything.
Not tied to anything. I was afraid that my marker had disappeared.
Okay, well, but I'll do the right thing and move as many statues as possible and help out, and then when we're all done, we're going, okay. So they've come from the town.
Now, after you've cleared up the various statues and remains, you end up finding that overall they did have some stuff on them. So you've been able to gather up 10 platinum coins.
Oh, can you do that, Jeremy? Because I've got all the stuff with me at the moment. So. Yeah, thank you.
30 gold coins.
Yeah.
2 silver chalices set with
tax, is that right?
Set with blue quartz.
Okay. 10 platinum.
30
gold.
2 silver chalices set with blue quartz.
Uh-huh.
And what appears to be a really nice cloak.
Which if it's still really nice, it must be really nice.
It doesn't have any stains on it, or rips, or dirt, or any form of wear and tear.
And it seems unlikely that the ghouls are noted for their care and maintenance they put on their clothes. So,
and you don't think one of them was wearing it? It might have been stuffed somewhere in their clothing somewhere.
Okay, then, yeah. And yeah, so, but obviously when Justice Bradshaw thinks that he's moved all the ghoul statues back into position, Demetri mentioned, don't forget the one up the tree.
Which is number 12.
I didn't notice there's another one up the tree.
So that was what you thought was a gargoyle.
Okay. I look at one up the tree and go, how did it get...
It belongs over there, pointing to the far end of the cemetery.
Oh, hang on a second. How did it get there first? That's got me bugging.
Well, it looks like it's growing out of the side of the tree.
Trellin, I need a hand with this one. I think it's going to be a bit more difficult.
I'm happy to. I mean, I've only got 10 strength, so...
Power. If you somehow push it... Oh, no, should I push it off? No, that's not going to be good. I'm going to try to set up some sort of rope pulley thing. I'm happy to roll for this one.
Sure,
see if I can kind of get it off without doing any damage to it. So,
it'll be an engineering roll.
okay, which I know is not going to be good. So according to engineering, which would be... Oh, yeah. Okay, there, I didn't see that before. Okay. So not proficient, so it'll just be my ability, and that'll be intelligence, isn't that right?
So, if you're going to use your intelligence, then yes, it means that it is +2 to your roll.
Yeah, okay, well... Strength engineering? I don't know.
If you can justify it, otherwise intelligence will be the default.
Okay, so I'm going to use... I'm just going to... Hear me out here. Okay, I'm going to work this up. I'm going to use a special dwarven technique known by the rock home dwarves. I've got the rock most of it.
Yep.
Okay.
Right, well...
Yeah, and especially for the clan, it involves a lot of dwarven pulleys and things like that, but it still requires a lot of strength to use, kind of thing. So it's like a multiple mechanism kind of thing, and but it requires somebody strong enough to kind of do the pulling of the situation.
Okay, you come up with this plan. My next question is, do you have any pulleys?
I'm checking my character sheet right now. Well, I think I've got like. What do I pack in my... I did pack a few things.
Okay. What he hasn't fully explained with this special rock home technique is you set the pulleys up and everything like that,
and then
you grab the trunk of the tree and shake it really hard.
Now, I've got the rope. Tinderbox wouldn't help more. I could use tinderbox as a bit of a cut aside weight.
So you're going to use your tinderbox to set the tree on fire.
No. You put words in my mouth there, man. So I'm going to use the rope. Then I'm looking through and go,
Set the rope on fire with the tinderbox.
No, haven't finished yet. Yeah, okay. And then I have some jewelry in my little bag here. I'm going to use a collection of different rings and kind of anklets and kind of thing, try to set up some real dodgy pulleys. And so I can have to take a disadvantage of this one, just to see if I can go, damn it, I forgot my pulley kit. I was hating myself. And I'll try to use whatever I've got in my backpack, which is mainly, I'll just use little odds and ends of jewellery. I've still got a bit there, but I've got at least 100 gold's worth of jewellery kind of thing that's sitting there, just random things like gold collar or gold rings and things like that. And I'm going to see if I can work something out using that in some sort of way. So with the rope.
Okay.
Now,
give me an intelligence. Give me an intelligence check.
Is Fallon helping him at all?
No.
Or is Fallon doing what Dimitri's doing and saying, well, yeah. Okay.
Watching this.
I've got something to keep Bradshaw occupied for a little while. That could keep him out of trouble.
So that's a 13.
I've only got 10 intelligence as well.
Yes, I've got a 13 on intelligence one. So yeah.
So while Bradshaw's occupied and Trellan's watching Bradshaw and supervising, Dimitri will take a look at the lovely cloak, see how well it fits, etc. But he will take a look at it first before putting it on.
Okay, give me a Arcana check.
24.
You do think it's some form of magical cloak. It doesn't appear to be compelling you or talking to you, so you sure it's safe to put on?
It's just those last like sentences, like.
Oh yeah, no,
That'll be fine. Yeah.
The only thing stopping me right now is I just want to double check whether or not he's actually wearing a cloak already, because obviously, it would be ghost to wear two cloaks.
So I've got a cloak of displacement, and
no, he does not currently have a cloak, and so therefore, well, as the in fact, no, that's even a regular cloak. So yeah, he obviously he will flick it around his shoulders and should be very comfortable. So.
Okay, I will give you a perception roll now that you put it on.
Oh, that's a nice roll. 18 plus total 28.
Okay, you recognize the effect as you put the cloak on. As you realize, you seem to be seeing yourself from a little bit off to the side. That you're now wearing a cloak of displacement because you've seen this effect on Trellan.
there you go.
Cool. But presumably, he hasn't auto-attuned to me.
It has not. Okay, so
Obviously, the only reason that Dimitri's put it on is easy to carry that way.
I've noticed I'm good on things to think about.
So yes, you do your pulley system.
Yes.
As the statue comes free, you hear this pinging sound all around you as you realise you've just broken half your jewellery as the statue
That's
comes
okay.
tumbling down.
That's okay. On my character sheet, it said I had over 20,000 coins worth of jewelry, but I'm pretty sure most of that's my keep. So I just only had a little bit with me actually. So that's a nil update on my character sheet, but that's cool. If I lost it all, I've lost it all. That's just the way it is.
And
so.
then the statue shatters as it hits the ground.
Fred, sure, is that any way to look after the dead?
Wasn't me. It was that bird, and I pointed in some random direction. So.
What, you mean the one that the ghoul pointed out during the middle of the fight?
No, that was the bad bird. It's a good bird, and it now turned bad. You can make any sort of inside track, and once you don't roll a 1, you know that Bradshaw's just trying to realise he fucked up. So.
And I'll give Bradshaw a perception roll as he points into the forest.
That's for. That's good. Okay, there's perception, 4 plus. Usually that, so. 19.
Okay, so the direction you're pointing, you can see some really bright red glowing eyes staring in your direction that immediately close as you notice them. As it starts to get dark.
Hey, do you want to get back to the town?
I haven't got to the town yet.
Sure. I think it's not a good thing to be out here in the dark. What do you think?
You do not have the time to get back to town before night falls. And you've heard that this place is extremely dangerous at night.
I think we should stay in the chapel tonight.
Well, it would certainly seem that he's going to take time to explore this area, so...
I think it's a great idea. I think we, maybe make sure the doors completely locked and no way in, and then we should be good.
Assuming no one destroyed the door when they made their grand exit.
I didn't, as far as I was aware.
No one did destroy the doors.
No, I just opened the thing in a maybe more forceful manner than usual, and yeah. So, but it's okay. I saved you, Dimitri. You can thank me later on.
So,
I'm glad that you feel good about things.
I do.
My job here is done.
As Bradshaw reaches the door to push it inwards, he can't quite touch the door.
Why can't I touch the door?
Is that some sort of...
Oh, because the door was opened by our paladin, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
So it won't let me open the door anymore, because he's probably still inside.
He is, he didn't come out.
Can I knock on the door?
You go to knock, but you feel like you're miming because you can't quite reach the surface.
Hey,
Can I try?
Yes, you can.
Can I knock?
Again, you try to hit the door but keep missing.
I can't remember the guy's name, the character's name. I was going to just yell out his name, say, hey, do you want to open the door for us? Yeah, Narrative. And just say, hey, do you want to open the door for us? We're having a few problems getting back inside. Oh, you missed a good fight outside, by the way. And see if I get any response.
How long do you wait?
I think it's 5 minutes if I say it once and loud enough. I thought it'd be a good wait. If I don't hear anything after 5 minutes, I'm more worried. But then I go, hey, Dimitri, can you open this door? If Charlie can't do that either. So.
Okay. Well, Dimitri said I'm going to wait 5 minutes for it.
Yeah.
The sort of thing. Ready to play homecoming yet? Let's go. And he will start walking up to the door, and obviously, note the others haven't actually tried to open it or gone through yet. He will, if they step back enough that give him space, he will see if he can grab the handle and open the door.
Dimitri has no idea why these guys have been waiting outside as he opens the door and steps inside.
Yeah.
Of course.
Another Dimitri thing.
Well, he's also a descendant of the people who built the place.
No. As a person, I understand. As a character, there's still a bit of, yeah.
As a character, obviously Dimitri used his magical skill, magical intellect and capability to...
dodgy magic again.
Or in the old version of the game, he probably used magical device.
Yes. I'll call it dodgy magic again because that's my dwarf thing. So... I'm such a
So this chapel is magic. Does Bradshaw actually want to go inside?
Bradshaw is okay because he feels it's a good place, but he still doesn't. It's the magic situation is like,
He
still doesn't want to be.
realise he's...
Well, not scared of magic. I just don't believe in magic. So
scared of red eyes or the magic.
Yeah, potentially, because that looked very sinister. Red eyes is always sinister. So,
well, I should do pink eyes next time.
Yeah. If it was yellow eyes, it might be a little better. But red eyes, nothing's ever had good red eyes, so that's not evil or bad as far as Bradshaw knows. So.
Unlike red hair.
Now, red hair, totally different thing. Absolutely smoking hot. Okay.
Absolutely.
As you look at Dimitri and see his red hair.
No, on a female, Mark, you know this by now. We don't bring through this conversation.
Does this mean Bradshaw's dreaming that Dimitri turns female?
No, this is Bradshaw saying that if ever Bradshaw decides that Dimitri looks sexy, then I might roll your character. Okay, so I will go to that level, Martin. Okay, I think that's fair enough.
So I shouldn't put in a belt of sex change for him.
No, if you start doing that, we might have some discussions, and I'll have to talk to somebody else in your house about the situation. Okay, so I don't have to go there.
Well,
I think it's a fair call, Martin. That's a fair call.
It could end up with Bradshaw instead of Dimitri.
Look, as long as it doesn't come to the case that I find a certain thing, but I'm already married to the assassin wife. I don't think anything's going to change my mind who I love at the moment. So, put it that way. So, if it does, then there's no more Bradshaw. So, I think it's a fair call.
You really make it tempting to test out Dimitri's
Oh, no. I don't, but I'm going to stay true to the character here. I said, Bradshaw knows that if he sees anyone he feels anyone else is good looking except for his wife, he's in trouble. So he knows, and he knows that even though she might not be there, it'll somehow get back to her in some sort of way. So
what you really say is that it's not actually a player role-playing choice to start a new character if Bradshaw decides to wander in his.
It's called a.
The fact that Bradshaw's dead, and so therefore you need a new character.
Yeah, it's pretty much a solo TPK to Bradshaw. Okay, so which I think, based on the situation and the current marriage situation of Bradshaw, I think it's a fair call, honestly. So I said I know what her strengths are, and I know that distrust and potentially even with certain characters accidentally assisted in the death of a brother of hers. It took a lot for Bradshaw to try to explain that in a nice way to his other half, and I don't think he could put up with something like that again, actually. So I said I tried to save a lot of characters. I'm not sure if I saved everyone, but I tried to save a lot of characters. Mm-hmm. So considering that. But anyway, it's all good. But I think definitely, Martin, I think it's a good trait, or whatever you want to call it, for that. If Bradshaw finds anyone sexier than his wife, then he's in real trouble. So, and he knows that himself. He makes sure that he doesn't in any sort of way. It'll come back to her in some sort of way. It might be a year away, it might be 10 years away. As soon as she finds out, it's no more Bradshaw. So, I think I'm role playing the character very well there.
we're getting an understanding of the relationship dynamic in that marriage. And we can clearly see that Bradshaw wears the pants in the family.
No, it's called Happy Wife, Happy Life. And that his life is never.
She's loaned them to him.
No, it's happy wife, happy life, and happier life. Okay? I think that's a fair call.
Happy wife, continue breathing.
Continue breathing, continue to actually be able to have a baby in the future.
That guy, happy wife, have a life.
That's a good one. I'll go with that. Yeah.
Well, you did get her threat at the first date.
That's true. So, that's okay. I fully well got involved with. I do remember our first date, so I knew 100% what I was getting involved with after that.
And I believe that there was a threat, if you break her heart, she'll cut yours out.
Well, that was that and for the rest of her family. So, I'm pretty sure about that. So, that includes the brother of the chef and a few other things I was remembering. So, yeah. But enough of Bradshaw's marriage history. I think we can continue now, Martin.
Okay, so once the door is closed behind you, you don't even hear the outside noises. It becomes quiet again.
Cool. Is our paladin sitting somewhere around, or?
No, you believe he last you seen him, he'd headed downstairs.
Okay. I might just.
Having walked in the door, Dimitri will just. He's very light in the chapel.
The altar seems to glow faintly with a red light. There is a door to the south of you, open into a small room that's got a bit of a blue glow to it. There is also a room to the north, from right next to the doors, open, which has the sound of scratching and parchment from it, with a white light. And behind the altar is a slightly ajar door with a green glow coming from it.
Okay, so in fact, Dimitri does not need to call upon light inside the chapel.
It's enough to see and navigate easily by. Though the room to the north with the scribbling noise has a bright white light in it, so quite easy to read and work in there.
Yeah. Okay, with Dimitri having come inside, is taking a look at the architecture and the workmanship around the chapel, thinking and noting the fact that, oh yes, definitely a fine example of traditional old Keldar workmanship and styling, like a layout for the chapel.
It's probably one of the few Traldar chapels you've found that hasn't been modified or damaged by conquest or war.
Yep.
And if I remember rightly, Martin, when I was in here last time, I noticed that some of the dwarven architecture here, was that correct, or something?
It does look as if it has had dwarven workmanship, but done in the human style.
No, I'm still impressed. I see a bit of a grin on Rachel's face when he comes in, because he's really impressed with what they've done here.
Well, the chapel looks to be about 2,000 years old and still standing.
Almost
looks as nice as if it had just been made.
And so, recognising the layout and the style, Dimitri will immediately go towards the sound of the scribbling into the thought realm to have a read through the information that will be stored in what's obviously the library.
Okay, so looking in, you see Drazzle sitting at the desk writing away in his book.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't apparently think he needed to come out and help you.
And perfectly reasonable.
And beside him, you can see 4 potions and a scroll.
But okay, in the original description when you were telling the others, you said that it was actually a library. Did it actually have scrolls or books or anything like that in the library?
Looking at it, the books here seem to has what appears to be a bookcase, able to support books, but no books on it.
Okay, right.
Doesn't look like the books have deteriorated, just like they might have been taken.
Mm-hmm. Thieves everywhere. What a shame.
Well, they may have tried to leave with the books when the forest fell.
Yeah. Well, okay. Dimitri's going to spend some time, basically, disappointed that there's not actually a few millennia-old scrolls or parchments or books to read in here. So he will...
Oh, there is an old scroll there.
Sorry?
There is an old scroll next to 4 potions.
Oh, then Bradshaw will work on it. Oh, we found these while you're outside.
Oh, I was thinking that must have been Ghouls for us. But,
Oh no, our paladin friend. I don't know what it is right now.
Drazzle says he downstairs in Priest's chamber.
Oh, that's right here. So he's downstairs. He found these originally. And I thought we'll wait till you come back inside and we'll show you.
He went down to the depths of entropy.
No, just down to our priest room downstairs. That's all. All good.
Yeah.
You want to come and sit? Okay, thank you.
Where the area of the church dedicated to entropy.
Well, whatever that big word is, yeah. Yeah. He said a lot of strange words like that too, but I'm not really into my kind of expertise area, so I just thought, yeah, that sounds good.
Well, I know it's not Rachel's area of expertise.
But would you like to see him? I can take you downstairs and show you what's downstairs.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure it'll all be fine. I'll catch up later. Assuming the scroll does not feel like it actually collapses or turns to dust as soon as it's picked up, um, Dimitri will aim to open up the scroll and have a look at it.
Looking at it, it appears to be a prayer to Odin.
And how does it compare to his Book of Halav, the Odin-based one?
Well, looking at it,
it's a lot more recent than this, more than likely.
Well, it's a prayer to Odin. It appears to be a clerical spell, Word of Recall. But all the clerical spells on scrolls are prayers to the god, which can be read by most people who can read the language.
Well, that's right. I won't be attempting to activate the spell, recognizing that it's actually a scroll. I mean, he was curiously, I wonder how this compares to my more recent documentation about religions that was coming up from other things. But the very fine. And Dimitri's intent will be to actually have a look at the other areas of the church before heading down into entropy.
Okay, so the area dedicated to time has a nice large brass, I'd say bronze bath that you can actually fit into. It is at least 5 feet by 5 feet. So quite spacious.
So that's where Bradshaw was having a bath earlier, that's right?
Has no liquid in there, so if he was miming it.
If you say that loud, I said no. We were just investigating the place. I didn't have a bath. See, I'm completely dry.
Did you want one? Because we can fill it for you if you want.
No, it's okay. I think it's okay for the time being.
It may be worth washing that wound, having let one of the ghouls actually touch you.
It's okay. It's all good. Now, I'm not sure if a ghoul's touch is necrotic at all, but is there anything special because of my dwarf resistance or like at all? The wound at all?
Well, it doesn't seem to have blackened.
Okay. So I'm fine. I'm a hardy dwarf. Good. So, I'm okay. I said, my shield.
What was that? Hardly dwarf?
No, harder dwarf. Thank you. I said harder. And I said, the only thing that needs to be washed at the moment is my shield. And you see whatever's left of that ghoul that you slapped across my shield on it. I said, I'm leaving that at the entrance, and I just put it at the entrance at the moment. But, the face, the messy side away from everything just against the wall, and I just go, yeah, that's the only thing that needs washing at the moment, but I don't think this place needs a washing. It's in the bath, which I think is quite sacred as far as what the paladin says. Remember? So I'd rather not washing in that. It looks too sacred to wash a shield in. I don't think it's the right place. So.
Well, considering a lot of religions are about bathing those during sacred rites.
Yeah, no. From other character experiences, I'm not going to mess with this sort of religious stuff. I think I've been through enough of that, Martin. Okay, for obvious reasons. So I'm going to be very respectful on you because it's not. But as I said, I'm respectful, but it's not my usual cup of tea. So.
Okay.
Okay. And so then I guess we're going to go downstairs and find out what happened to Peritive.
So in the back area, it looks to be a kitchen area where it's got a pantry and a table, which is also shows marks of having been used to prepare food. Which you think would be where the matter part of the temple is dedicated to?
Okay. I'm happy, Martin, that the others have already explored the area, so for Dimitri take his time to do it, but I'm happy that It doesn't need full investigation at this stage. So.
And as you come
He's
downstairs,
deliberately taking his time before having warned them that Peritif would walk out into entropy, into the darkness. He was deliberately taking his time to actually go down to cutting Peritif.
so as you end up down at the bottom area, you hear that noise has been a bit muffled down here. Light's a bit dimmer. And you see what appears to be a well in the center of the room with two doors on the far side. And the water in the well appears quite clear.
And obviously no Peritif.
No Peritif. You think he's probably in one of the adjacent rooms across from the stairs.
Okay. I will move across to one of the doors and take a listen before opening it.
No noise in that you can hear through the door of that one.
Okay. I will open the door.
Okay, you see three comfortable-looking cots side by side in that room.
No paladins lying asleep on one of them yet?
No paladin lying asleep on that one.
Okay. I will try the other door then.
The other door opens. You see the paladin sound asleep on the single bed in that room. It appears to be the head priest's quarters. Maybe that bed was just right.
Well, let's see if we can wake him up.
How would you like to achieve that, hot poker?
Just shake him.
He looks up and with that, what, I was sleeping.
Well, we just wanted to make sure you weren't magically asleep.
Well, considering magic sleep also can be woken up with from a shake, that's not really a good test of that.
A foolproof test, right?
Well, being unfamiliar with having to sleep at all, so please forgive me.
Sleep was an unnatural state, so he was concerned for you.
Oh, sorry, and I'm just like, oh, that's right, he was sleeping properly, he was a magical guy, so I say that after they wake him up.
Well, it has been a few years since Trellin has actually remembered sleeping.
Yes.
It's okay, Trellin, it's okay, he's good. He had a bit of experience in here, and that's all. I said, don't know what that means, but he seemed to be very intrigued about this whole place and may tide him out a bit, that's all.
Well, it's a very special place.
I'm hungry. I'm going to go to the kitchen, so I'll back up the kitchen and see if there's anything out there.
Yes, there is a pantry shelf and a preparation table.
Anything in the cupboards at all? Right.
There are no cupboards, just pantry shelves and a preparation table.
Okay, well, I'll bring one of my ration salad, and I'll just, if there's a chair and a table there, I'll just sit down and...
Well,
there's
a table but no chair. You'd have to be standing room only. The only chair you've seen Drussel's using in the library area.
And I'll go knock on the door. Excuse me, Mr. Razzle. Can I borrow one of the chairs so we just have to sit down and have something to eat?
Yeah, he looks down at the chair he's sitting on and then at you and turns his head to the side. There's only one chair in the whole place besides the pews.
Okay, and that's okay. Look, you continue on. I'll go back there. I'm probably sure it's the dwarf just to reach the table anyway, so I'm going to just...
Well, the table is designed for people 4 to 5 feet in height, so it's a dwarf sits at the table normally, a halfling just a little below the normal height of it, and an elf basically feels like it's a child's table.
Okay, well, I'll look around, because I thought it was a chair. I'll go sit in the pew while the other people are downstairs and just, nibble on a ration paper,
Mm-hmm.
And knocking a few zombies out, ghouls out, take a lot out from the dwarf. He's been a bit rusty lately, so whether you want to count as a short rest, I'll leave it to you.
Okay. So you sit and enjoy the quiet of the main chapel. So what is Trellin and Dimitri doing downstairs?
Dimitri's going to take a look at the well to confirm whether there's any influence of entropy amongst it, or whether it's effectively just the potentially drinking water within the chapel.
You can see symbols of
area.
5 gods around it.
Yep.
See the symbol of Odin, the symbol of Terra, the symbol of Ixion, the symbol of Kronos, and the symbol of Thanatos.
Yep. Right. And it's basically a large circle, like a pool type stuff in the floor, or
It's
actually a well. Or...
It looks like a well, but the well doesn't look deep. It only looks to be about maybe 2 feet deep.
But the water's nice and clear.
And the water's clear, yeah.
Well, standing on the effectively nearest the symbol of Odin, the thought, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Odin's thought, yeah. He'd actually stand nearest the one for Ixion, as fire, or energy. Dimitri will basically take a closer look at the water, can he reach down? Is it high enough in level to reach down to with his fingers?
Well, the water is right up near the top
He can't run
of
the brim. Yep.
brim, probably enough so that if you were to splash the water, it wouldn't come out. But if you were to forcefully shove it with a container, you could probably splash it everywhere.
Yeah, no, that's fine. The intent was just, he'll basically do an examination without touching it, looking, smelling, etc. Confirming he's not seeing anything wrong with it or any concerns.
It has absolutely no smell.
No, that's fine. He'll dip his hand in, grab a small handful of water and take a sip.
It tastes surprisingly pure, and you notice that your hand that you dipped in there is now completely clean compared to any sort of road grime that you've picked up.
So
Can I poke it?
nice, cool, refreshing water drink, was it?
You can poke the water, and you find that the finger that you poked it with is also clean.
Okay. Can I poke the clean hand?
You can poke the clean hand, and you can get it dirty again.
Okay.
You mean you're poking Dimitri's hand?
Yes.
Yeah. What's with the unwarranted touching?
Just to be checking. Just to.
Making sure it hadn't become the hand of Vecna.
That's right.
No, it's much more powerful. It's the hand of Dimitri.
Does this mean if they chop off their own hands, they can put your hand on theirs?
Well, no, but it's he's much more powerful. The hand of Dimitri, and made even more powerful by being attached to the rest of Dimitri. Yeah, okay. Certainly seems like we shan't be wanting for fresh water. I would surmise that this location is definitely safe and secure and still under the protection of the gods of the Keldar. And it would be a safe spot to set up camp and have an evening. We'll take the beds, they're going to be moderately comfortable.
I don't need to sleep, but whatever.
Up to you. I'll okay at the sleep in it.
Luckily, there are 4 of them, and with the group of you, you've got one who doesn't need them.
That's right. So, And I'm assuming so. It was actually still relatively early evening, wasn't it? Because the darkness was just falling as we came into the capital, wasn't it?
It was.
But I'm also guessing it's probably been a fairly long down the road.
It has been. You were basically reaching the place close to dusk.
Yeah. Well, Dimitri will set up a couple of alarm spells. Well, so having done the search of the upper floor and the lower floor, the only entrance or exit for the church appears to be the front doors.
There is also exit on the kitchenette at the top of the stairs.
Yep.
That faces towards the graveyard.
Right. Okay. So the back of the church, effectively.
Mm.
And we saw that door, that exit from the outside as well, I'm assuming?
No.
Okay. So, well, Dimitri will go and investigate that door then to find out whether it actually leads outside, or presumably leads to another room or space before it leads outside.
Okay, having a look at it.
Or if he, like, based upon the internal dimensions of the chapel versus the external that he walked up and down while doing the fight with the ghouls, if it looked more like, yes, it would be an external door, but it happens to be hidden from the outside.
You believe it's more hidden from the outside?
Okay, yeah.
There was the path did run along that side of the church, so you would open onto the path, but it's not unknown for churches to have secret exits.
Absolutely, that's cool. In which case, then Dimitri will just check the door to ensure that it's secure, and he'll cast an alarm spell in the air, like with that door as the centre point, and another one at the front doors.
Mm-hmm.
Have we got much in the way of nice big stained glass windows that could be from the side, or is it?
You do have some high up in the wall.
Okay, yep. And there's apparently no second story.
There is no second story, just raftered ceilings.
Okay. What about a bell tower?
No bell tower either.
Oh.
You have a feeling it might have predated most of those designs.
Yep, no, they're fine. So basically after having done those preparations, a couple of alarm spells, Dimitri will probably go for joining joining Drazel in the library, and take the opportunity before going to sleep to do a bit of other research, catch up on a few notes, read through some materials, things like that. But then, yeah, we will look towards how cold was the water in the well?
It was cool, but not freezing. It was refreshingly cool.
Yeah. Well, depending on what the others do as to when they might go to sleep or otherwise, or into trance or whatever they might do.
I'll probably, after I finish something, come back downstairs, okay, so sleeping here, Colin, you do what you do. Dimitri, did you want me to do any watch at all before we go to bed or not?
Yeah, I'll take first watch. I'll wake you.
Okay, so I'll get on the way through. I'll remind about the will the whole way through, and I'll go into the room, and that's nice.
Okay, Dimitri will mention the fact that there's like fresh water in the well.
Okay, well, I'll see how much water I got left in my little flag, my little explorer pack, little drink bottle.
Yep.
And I might just there's not much in there, which I've got. Bradshaw takes a bit of water, because, you know, a little bit of anything else, so it might be a little bit empty, so I might just fill it up. Okay, so.
All good. You fill up your water bottle.
Yeah, and then I'll what I'll do, I'll bring them before we go down. I'll bring the shield with me just in case, but I'll make sure it's in an area which is not going to cause too much signaling growth. And we'll be downstairs in the well room kind of thing, but I'll have my hand next to kind of things. But I'll go to bed, and when I'll get up, I'll bring the shield up and just sit up in the queues upstairs and just keep an eye on things. And then I think we'll just, if we're happy with it, if we're doing the 2-man watch, do you with Dimitri, or just 1-man? I'll do 3-man watch.
One will be. We will be safe anyway, but it's more just the monitoring. So.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll let him do that, and he can wake me up, and I'll get as much sleep as I can before he wakes me up, and I'll do the next shift and wait till everyone gets up for that kind of thing. So.
And I'll be half asleep.
You'll be half asleep, so I'm really easy. I'll just push you with the wow.
Yes.
A very light push, not damaging, man, and non-violent attack.
Well, it does hold that.
I'll be semi-conscious. Yeah.
Because
I'll just upstairs the queues when I do my watch, just in case I do.
Okay. Dimitri's version of the watch is he's staying in the library, continuing to effectively do a bit of study and things like that. If Drazzle is also staying up, continuing his writings, then Dimitri will aim to make conversation with Drazzle. Again, try and get out of him. Oh, what's he writing about? What's he writing about previously?
Drizzle says he's currently writing to himself.
Of course.
But you always are. One only ever write for oneself. Because oneself is the only audience worth writing for. The rest of the world can never keep up.
He does say that Drizzle has also written back to him.
Indeed.
Of course.
I'm glad I'm not hearing this. I'm in the other room, so I'm glad I'm not hearing this, because I'm going a bit crazy. I'm crazy to just show what the hell. But anyway, I'm sure it's a wizard thing, so I'll go.
Quite happy to accept that Dragon does write to himself and writes back regularly, because hey, that's part of why he was casually looking around the library while Dragon was reading to see if he could catch glimpses over his shoulder as he walked past.
Well, you can see diagrams of what appears to be a strange-looking ship, unlike anything you've seen before. And if you ask him about it, he tells you, Drazzle's currently raiding on ship.
But we're not talking a Blackmorian ship.
It is not a Blackmorian ship. And he says Drazzle recently at White Island.
White Island? Is that something that Dimitri recognises?
It's a name you're not familiar with. As much as Dimitri's seen the world, he doesn't know where White Island is.
That's fine. Well, as a player, I wasn't recognising it, so I was just double checking that there wasn't something I'd forgotten.
So, from a player's perspective, that was where Tuesday's night group went.
Oh, okay. Last night when I wasn't actually when I didn't get to play that, yep. Okay, that'll explain it.
So that's basically he was writing about. He had written to himself about White Island.
Yeah. Okay.
He asks if you wish to tell Drazzle about what's happened to you.
More than happy to keep people up to date. So, it's important that we share the knowledge of what's happening around. The other investigators of Rheddrian should be kept informed.
You can see that he's also done a diagram of the pulley system that Bradshaw put together, with a few notations on how he doesn't believe Bradshaw's actually followed physics.
But then, does it show the demonstration of how it works, with the fact you've got the picture of the dwarf around the trunk of the tree shaking it?
No, but he does have him with this really complex looking reading system using jewellery, and then noting down which jewellery broke and that the statue was destroyed in the process.
Mhm.
He does not recommend Bradshaw doing a pulley system in the future.
Little note to him, I'm going to buy some pulleys and try it again next time. But anyway, I will fold out this pulley system now, man. I'm going to make a thing of it now. So it's okay. That's just that's for everyone non-characters.
Dimitri, having not been paying attention to what you actually did after having given you the task to keep you busy while Dimitri was doing important things like looking at the cloak,
Yep.
he can take note of what Drag's doing and think, hang on. Yeah. So, did he collect all the jewels?
He did not.
If not, I'll get them in the morning.
He was quite frustrated by then, so I'll leave that go. There was 100 gold worth of drills up there, okay?
He also notes down that the Alf from Durakan met with the king of the dwarves. Which he refers to as Lull.
Yep.
And has taken on a quest for the Dwarven King.
Well, I'm guessing that. I would have expected that Dimitri probably knew that because that was organised before we left, in the same way that they were doing their plans at the same time we left. I would have thought there was conversation between the various groups at that point in time, just to say, "Oh yeah, you guys are handling in our case, you guys are handling the kidnapped family members. Great. We're going to do the Erendi and the dwarf stuff." And the Friday night group said, "Oh yeah, we're going to do whatever."
Yeah, the Friday group is off to speak to the cults because they each have a contingent of the cults working for them.
Yeah, so they're dealing with the Dark Lady. So, and obviously, yes. Dimitri, if you had the opportunity, obviously I would have heard his reports about it from before they left off for Rheddrian, but Dimitri would have been happy to discuss his encounter with the Dark Lady in that sort of sense.
Though at the moment, he does say that the ones going off to speak to the cults have stopped by Quasqueton and spoken to your essential, a person called Zelagar.
Yep.
Because they're off to investigate Koroski Keep.
Okay.
Expecting that there is some sort of connection between Koroski Keep and Barovia in Galantry.
Well, yes. Again, if they discussed that with Dimitri before they left, you can say, well, yep, I can guarantee you this connection.
Well, they believe that one of the portal networks...
Not a family connection, obviously.
So they believe that one of the necromantic portals lies somewhere near Koroski Keep.
Yeah.
And so they're looking at seeing if they can identify, if not shut down, the network if needed.
And obviously the intent was to talk to Zelagar because he'd been around the area some time ago and might have some knowledge.
No, they went to your keep to talk to you, apparently, forgetting that you were already on a quest.
Yep.
They forgot to ask Drazzle about that sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah. I think we talk to Garrison when we all have to be there at the same time after the war.
He mentions the halfling of the group who you've known yawn during presentations and introductions.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, so basically Dimitri's watch will be effectively being awake, but not necessarily. He's certainly not trying to. He's certainly not expecting any danger or attack upon the couple during the evening. So his watch is basically staying awake, doing what he would have done anyway. And then before he wakes up Bradshaw, he's going to grab a couple of cloths and have a what do you call it? Like like basically have a bath at the well by dipping the cloth in water and wiping himself down. So it has a name, but it's got over head right now.
Washing.
Well, okay, he's washing, but he's not actually getting in the well. He's doing it with the damn cloth and
washing, kind of thing, yeah. Hand washing,
Well,
yeah.
you do notice that the cloth that you use comes out cleaner than you've seen it.
Maybe he should do some clothes washing while he's here.
Because whatever goes into the water comes out clean and doesn't seem to change the temperature or cleanness of the water.
Quality of the water. Yep. Right, in that case then, he will also give his clothes a bit of wash.
Well, I'll just dunk myself in the well and then come straight back out.
You feel clean all over, except if a little wet and cold.
I'll get straight back out and change my robes.
Did you do this before Bradshaw got his water out of the thing? I'm trying to put it all out there right now. Or did you do this after?
After.
Well,
Cool, that's all I want to care about. Yeah.
Okay. Are you jumping in while Dimitri's having his...
Go ahead.
it was always going to be clean, whatever it does.
Yeah. But he's Strelin planning on getting into the well while Dimitri's still basically at the end of his watch and having his bath and clothes washing.
Yep.
Because Dimitri said, "Don't get in, don't spoil it."
And you see after Trollin gets in and gets out that the water's still clean and doesn't have any floaties whatsoever.
I knew it was still clean.
Now, what? So, in the corner of this room, there's a shield there that's dirty because of Dimitri. Does Dimitri care about any sort of factor that Bradshaw's shield's dirty?
No.
Good. We'll just put it out there. On the slight case that Dimitri has a heart and actually would watch it while he's asleep, but I didn't think that was the case. So, I had to ask the question. So, it's a fair question. I think I knew the answer straight away, but I still had to ask it. So, yeah.
I mean, hey, if Dimitri wanted to clean your shield, he wouldn't pick it up and try and put it in the well. He'd just go put it
No. But I was like, it's more going. It's kind of in the comedy vibe, but you don't care. So I was like, okay, gotcha. It's fair call.
Would not even vaguely occur to him.
No, especially even if after he messed it up in the first place. But no, it's okay. But it's okay. I understand.
Hey, he didn't mess up your shield.
No, you shot the arrow into the thing which messed up the shield afterwards. But therefore, you officially. According to Bradshaw, you did. Now, whether you see it differently, I understand.
Dimitri shot the ghoul, and you decided to put the shield up to catch all the war.
Yes, there's always a Dimitri side to everything, so it's okay.
Dimitri didn't get the shield dirty.
No, it's okay. There's also Dimitri side to everything, so I'm used to it. So, I fully have worked.
Okay, once Dimitri's nice and clean and got himself set up, he'll basically hang the clothes up in a spot that will catch the morning light.
So in the chapel.
Through the stained glass windows, and then give Bradshaw a nudge and say, "Yep, your watch."
Okay. I get up, probably have taken my arm. I'm just absolutely certain I've taken my arm off at the stage. I'm just gonna. I think I'm feeling, So I'll leave them. I'll take Trusty Warhammer just in case in the worst case scenario upstairs, but we'll all pass and I'll see Trellin in sleep stance, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, he's already had his 4 hours. He doesn't need any more for the night.
Oh, no. Okay, he's awake. And I look, you're awfully clean. What happened?
I dunked myself in the well.
Wouldn't they get it dirty?
No.
Okay.
Elves aren't really dirty to begin with.
No. Elves are dirty towards you.
Dimitri, who's not yet gone to sleep,
Yes.
Because obviously when Bradshaw first walked out,
Yeah.
but do not use the well as a bath. You can use the well
Why?
to bathe in,
Why?
but do not use it as a bath.
Oh, well, this is a Bradshaw versus Dimitri check, I think.
So I'm going to call that a wisdom check on Bradshaw.
Bradshaw. Yeah, that's very cool. This is a wisdom check on Bradshaw because he's fighting the struggle to do exactly the opposite of what Dimitri says right now. So, I think it's just +2 from me.
It is.
Yeah. Well, that's a low roll. 6.
6. Okay, so what you heard was use the well for cleaning.
Yeah, that's what I thought I'd heard with the 6.
No, it wasn't just use the well for cleaning, it was use the well for bathing.
Oh, no, I know. I just say, oh, thanks. No problem, Dimitri. Yeah, I won't mention what I thought in my mind at the time, but no.
Well, you weren't listening to the start of it.
No, yeah. Oh, thanks, Ricky. You should get some sleep, man. And
Dimitri, having provided the warning,
yeah,
has quite happily gone off to sleep.
good. So, all of a sudden, dwarves start to get undressed, getting clothes off, washing it, all that, getting the shield, not putting the shield in, but just, what a dwarf would do was go, rub the stuff off with his shirt, not my chainmail shirt, but just my undershirt button, and then just wash, and then wash it in the thing, and then wash it against the shield again, do all the cool stuff off it, and then I'll go, okay, then give it over. Probably do the same as Jeremy, with a hand wash, because I'm not a dirty dwarf that just jumps in a well, even though I think it would be nice, but I thought I'll still use it, much as well, wash myself kind of thing, and then I'll go, while I'm doing that, I'm actually looking at the wound that I got, and I'm going, I might put some water on top of that as well.
You look at it, the wound's closed up.
Well,
you have rested.
I rested, okay, yeah. So, just if it's closed up, I'll just wash just to make sure it doesn't scar too much, and just all that kind of stuff, and then she looks good. It's good. Cool. Okay. So currently there's a naked dwarf. So I'm going to walk upstairs. Just have backup clothes. So maybe I did. I'm going to roll the dice and determine this. Yes, luckily I had a backup set because it's above 10. So I put that on while the other stuff does the same thing as Jeremy does, dry my clothes, and then I'll go upstairs with just a hammer, leave the shield and all that stuff downstairs, and all that, and just go upstairs going. Just look around, and I might pop into the log, head in there and see if Dr. Drazzle's still, if he's still awake, is he, or?
He is. He's currently reading.
Oh, you're okay? Do you need anything else?
Drazzle looks up and goes, Drazzle reading what Drazzle wrote.
Okay, just yell that you need a handle.
Drazzle looks at your hands. Drazzle is hungry.
Oh, no, not like that, sorry, Drazzle, but just more if you got any questions you'd like to ask me or anything like that while on watch, just let me know.
So Bradshaw is watch?
Bradshaw's on watch at the moment. Just make sure everyone's safe while everyone's having a snooze.
He shrugs a bit and says, well, Bradshaw, good watch, I'm sure.
Yes. Thanks, Drazzle.
Though he does recommend Bradshaw wear more clothing.
Oh, yes. That's just in between washing cycles. I get confused by half this comments and look puzzled, and I just walk out the door. So, because Bradshaw and Drazzle he understands but doesn't understand. So it's magic stuff he doesn't understand what Drazzle talks about. So I'll just sit down and just look around and just and then, if I'm feeling getting tired, I end up falling asleep on the computers, on one of the things, and just...
Okay, give me a perception roll.
Okay. Oh, that's low. Very low, Mark. Very low. I love your rolls tonight.
So you do get that add +6 to it.
Plus, I'm going to use dexterity for today.
How are you using dexterity for your...
I use wisdom because wisdom is usually perception, isn't it?
Well, unless you can justify it before you roll.
No, I'm going to use wisdom percent. So that's +6 to a total of 8. That's how low the roll is, isn't it?
Okay. So, you don't even notice the thing moving in the rafters above you. You're still
No.
happy.
Yeah, I'm good. Oh, seems to be a nice place.
And as you start to drift off, I will give you a Constitution saving throw.
12 plus 9, I believe.
Which you
Do I get
can
a-
roll, which you can roll now, and you'll find the results out next session.
Do I get a roll?
Well, you're currently downstairs. I thought where you were where you had bathed.
21 now.
21. Okay, so you feel a splatter on your face.
Oh. Like a splatter of like water or some sort of fluid, is that right?
Along those lines, yes. And we'll finish the session there.
I love it. Thank you, man. Well done. Let's go see the gradual.
Thank you very much, all.
Thank you. I'm going to find the D3 and then we're across the hospital room. Somehow actually through the table. Yeah.
If people are interested in rules and their awareness, Queensland smash New South Wales.
Oh no, I've got it in the background, Jeremy, so that's okay. But I'll let Martin finish off first and I'll have a chat more. So.
But I'm going to say good night, all. Thanks very much.
All good.
We'll
So,
catch you next Wednesday, Martin.
yep.
Otherwise, the anniversary will mark next Wednesday as well.
Friday.
Alright. And,
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.
Yep. Have a good night, all.
Good night. Going on to end screen.